Good morning, Carlos. Everything good here? Had a good weekend, great weekend. Hope you had a good weekend as well with the family over there in Florida. Great. It's very good to hear. Good. Yeah, we have the PMI at 945 and the ISM at 10, so not too much economic data today. One is the producer confidence. I lost it. The first one is the services for producers, right? The purchases manager index, and the other one is the services index. Yes, so not too much on the economic calendar today, 9:45, 10 a.m. Perhaps they're gonna lead to some volatility. Perhaps not. I'm not sure. Let's see. But I think it could be good to have like in the back of our mind when we're in a trade that some spike of volatility could come in 9:45 or 10 a.m. market time. Yes, of course. So yeah, could be an interesting day today. We see a slight pullback in the markets, which is, I think, completely healthy, completely normal. We have had 9 extreme strong days in the SPY, historical strength actually. So then it's normal to see like a little bit of a pullback right now. I'm not sure if there's really specific news that is drawing the market down or
Yep.
expect to take the market down. Yes, Carlos, are you back?
Yep. I'm back. Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. This is again, these are not huge headlines, but we'll see how things go. We'll see how things develop here. All right. So as we mentioned before, guys, take a look at our gappers list. We do have a couple of things on here. Let's start with what's gapping up this morning and run through that. So let's get our screens up and going. And hopefully everybody could hear me now. Looks like earlier people could have not hear me. You could hear me, Lenny, but it looks like others couldn't. But hopefully that's good now. So if we can get a confirmation, it's good to go. We'll continue. Waiting to see in chat. That is good. And it looks like it is. Okay, perfect. All right, thank you guys. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's take a look here at our first one this morning is going to be from our gappers list. Right over here is going to be BCRX. So BCRX gapping up at the moment, 10%, 687,000 shares traded. Not as clean. I mean, I don't really like this ticker. The float is actually not low. It's 197 million. So very large float, as you can see here. I personally don't like it. So I'm not sure about you, Lenny, but it won't be on my list.
What I see, there's like a nice gap up from the last 2-3 years, gapping up into a new high from the last 2-3 years. But I also don't think the pre-market is that clean, right? We see a huge move up, and then we're selling off pretty steeply. I see the price also now fell below $10, and yeah, so it's not my favorite altogether, right? I also have no experience with the stock, never traded it before. Very steep pullback in the pre-market. So I think it's going to be trading pretty unpredictable. Might we also have low liquidity? I think the ATR usually is around 40 cents, 45 cents. That's the average ATR from the last couple of days. And I like to look for stocks with a higher ATR and also definitely with a store higher price than $10. So no, I won't be putting it on my list either, Carlos.
Yeah, I don't like it. Moving on to the next one, guys, KWE. If we take a look at this one, this is up 6%, 3.9 million shares traded. Key West Microsystems. It's another one that I do not like the way it looks, man. It's not my typical stock. This one, it's a low flow actually. Showing like I think 500,000, under a million looks like. Again, I don't like it. It won't be on my list.
No, neither on my list.
Yeah, we'll move on quickly from that one. Here's one that's actually looking somewhat decent. I mean, we haven't traded this in a very long time. This is TEVA, pharmaceuticals. It's been a long time since we traded this stock. We've seen a gap up here and there. Usually never looks great. Today they got 802,000 shares traded. They're up 5.6. Lenny, I'm not sure there's any news driving this one higher today. The
Yeah, they have an
daily,
approval.
yeah,
They have,
they do.
I
Okay.
Yeah, they have an approval. And actually see like on the daily chart, you see also already the strong run up into today. So, of course, the rest of the market was also strong, but perhaps, it was already a little bit known, but today is like some kind of approval. We gapped up in the high of the last 2 months. Might be also gapping up into some kind of resistance from early this year, early February, end of January. TEVA, I think, yeah, we looked at it more often. I can't remember that I've seen it traded really, really well. What I like
Hmm.
about it, that the volatility at 7 a.m., if you go to the 1 minute chart, you see the volatility coming in at 7 a.m., right? And if the volatility comes in during the pre-market, it could be that there's still like more volatility to come, right?
Yep.
Uh, more market participants who still want to buy or sell.
Hmm.
So that could be interesting, but yeah, I don't think the pre-market's that clean, right? You see also like perhaps something of a head and shoulders. See like it's like 3 times selling already, and
Yeah.
I can't
Yep.
remember that it trades very well. So I keep it like I'm gonna probably put it on a C list. I'm just curious to see how it will develop, but I expect not to trade it. But I'm gonna put it on a C list, not on my B list, on a C list.
Yeah, gotcha, man. Way down there. I agree. Again, it looks active. It brings back a lot of great memories trading it, but today I'm not sure. I'm glad you're going to put it on your list, and then if you see something great, let me know. BP is another one that is active today, up 2.9, 410,000 shares traded. I don't think I have ever traded BP. Seen it plenty of times. Usually doesn't make my list, even when it's trading well. As far as pre-market, is very active. I'm just not a fan of this at all. So won't be on my list. I'm not sure about yours, Lenny, but again, I hope to find better things to look at today.
Yeah, well, it's like the energy stocks, right? The oil stocks, they're also by far not my favorite. I used to trade them a lot, but a lot. I used to put them on my watch list like 1, 2 years ago, but I also quit doing it. I think it is other stocks trade way better than the oil stocks. There's a catalyst today. The OPEC, they said that they're gonna uh, uh, supply more oil. They're gonna increase the limits. So therefore, like oil price was also down this morning. Um,
Hmm.
they're doing it because yeah, some of the OPEC members say that other OPEC members actually cheating and selling more than the quota that they had. So now
Mm.
some of them are gonna also punish them, but probably there's also other things going on because I think the US administration also wants to see more output from the OPEC and because
Yeah.
get the inflation down. So they have probably there has been also like some other deals made. But yeah, the oil price is down. The OPEC gonna raise their quota, and I think that's the reason why BP is volatile today, why it's moving. But I'm not gonna put it on my watch list.
Yeah, it's one of those stocks like I know it can move, but I usually don't have a lot of luck with it. Same thing with the following ones that are on here. You have Gold VP. Show you guys what those look like. Gold VP on. They're just not for me. They're not great, so they won't make my list. But hymns. Let's look at hymns. I mean, this one has been pretty active, and actually, Lenny, you traded this on Friday. It
That's
treated
right,
you
yeah.
very well. So. Let's take a look what's happening here. Let me show you the daily first. This was the daily activity from last week. Again, just a whole lot of action. Great
It was
trading day.
speeding up.
Oh yeah,
Look at yesterday
yeah,
compared with 2 days ago. I mean Friday compared with Tuesday. So really the price, the
yeah.
move up speeding up. Yesterday closing almost at the high, like almost at 90% plus
Hmm.
candle, and they report earnings later today. So they definitely could be in
Yeah,
play today as they report earnings.
yeah. Is there earnings after hours today?
Yes, Hims is
Oh,
actually reporting.
nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I want this on my list. I think it can trade very well. We saw it on, again, as you mentioned on Friday, it did actually trade very, very clean, had volume. Today gapping up 2.1, already 1.1 million shares traded. So will be on my list. So add it right on here, Hims. And I know Lenny, you like this one as well. So that kind of covers our gap up at the moment, right? So we kind of went through everything on here. Lenny, anything that you like this morning that might not be on this gap up list?
Um, there's one stock, they have earnings. They're gapping up. It's like Semiconductor ON. Honestly, it looks terrible in the pre-market. The ATR is $2.70. They have earnings, so at least they're slightly gapping up. But I don't think ON should be on the watch list because I think the I'm not too much experience trading with it. And also like the pre-market doesn't look like there's really clean volatility. It's not like a nice moving stock in the pre-market. So yeah, from the stocks gapping up, perhaps ON, but I'm not gonna put it on my watch list. I actually see that TSM is also slightly in the green, but just slightly, right? TSM was last Friday in play because it seems that Apple is wanna procure buy in more product in United States, and TSM is like opening their factories in United States. So that was the reason TSM could have been in play last Friday. In the end, Friday traded pretty bad, but today we see a slight gap up in TSM. So perhaps I'm gonna put TSM on my C list just to see if there could be like a second day movement. Just like I'm also gonna put Apple and Amazon on my watch list. But so your question is like, what is like gapping up? Not too much, not too much. I see ON and TSM. They're not trading too good right now, but so ON I'm definitely not gonna put on my watch list. But TSM I will put like on my C list. So I'm not gonna look at it in the first couple of minutes, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on it if everything else doesn't show the best price action.
Yeah. I do like the way TSM is their activity is this morning. Again, normally we won't put them on the list, but today they are very active, guys. 600,000 shares traded almost, and we are down just close to 1%, up 1% here. Down from the highs, but still up 1% this morning, as you can see here. All right, so yeah, TSM secondary. They can trade decent. Usually when they're in play, other stocks look a little bit better. But we will keep these guys on deck this morning, see what we can get out of them. All right, let's see what's gapping down, friends. Gapping down, leading the way here. We got a couple of. If you remember this ticker, kids. I'm not sure what's going on here. They're on the gap down list again. They're down 11%. We do have our good buddy Netflix on here and some other ones, as I mentioned, a lot of Bitcoin stuff and some quantum stuff towards the end there. We got some more that are showing up. So let's go through it. Let's see what we can pull off from this into our main list. Let's start with kids. Kids with a Z. These guys are down 12.3. They were up on Friday and the day before that. If you guys remember, they did not make our list, but we talked about them. Obviously, on Friday we had so many tickets to watch, and Thursday as well, that this was it's not getting in the door. I mean, it's just so many great tickers. We had earnings with Apple and everything else going on last week that it was a blockbuster week as far as tickers and our watch list. This one, kids here, I don't even like it today. It is a low flow stock. I'm gonna skip on it, Lenny. I'm not sure if this is something that's gonna make its way to your list, but not on mine.
No, definitely not. The reason is because now it's also below $10, right? The price is below $10. If I take a look at
Okay.
like how does it trade last Friday, right? Because I can take a look on the 1 minute chart how it traded last Friday, and also wasn't great. So last Friday was really in place, strong gap up, but also that
Hmm.
day it traded very bad, right? You'll see like gap between the candles, and now we're perhaps a day two play sell-off day, but lower than $10, and there are also so many other stocks on the watch list. So kids is not gonna make it, at least for me.
Yeah, yeah, no, not gonna be on my list. Let's take a look at another one here. RXRX. We've seen this plenty of times. I don't think I ever traded it, and it sounds like based on your comments that you don't trade anything under $10. Looks like, Lenny. Is that one of your
That's
rules?
correct. That's correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, so this will make your list. And well, I've seen this plenty of times. RXRX. It's again, it just doesn't fit my criteria, right? So I'm gonna keep it off the list. The flow for them, they're not a low flow. These guys are much higher. So I'm showing 300 million as the flow, but again, just the criteria and everything else doesn't look great for what I like to trade. All right, here's one that will be on our list is Netflix. So let's take a look at Netflix here. We are down 4.6, 454,000 shares traded. This stock, what did we hit on Friday here? Friday, we went up to looks like almost 1158. I mean, this stock, it closed at 1156. Looks like it did push a little bit higher. I mean, wow, what a run this
What a
stock
sprint,
has
right?
had.
What a sprint.
August was a 600. Since then, it's doubled, and yeah, it's almost doubled. It's just wild, wild, wild. So, I will have this on my list. Lenny, any news on it today?
Yeah, yeah, definitely there's news. There's definitely news. First of all, like I find it very, very interesting, fascinating. Like a couple of years ago, everybody was super, super bearish on Netflix, because there was like this issue where they were like in this race, all the time they had to create more content because the audience was changing all the time, like new members, so they had to create all the time like more content, more content, more content, right? And the fear was that that would like damage the quality of the content, so that everybody was like pretty bearish on Netflix. But ever since, I think Netflix went up like 400% since then. And yeah, and Friday it closed at all-time high. So yes, it's very hard to predict everything. That was to start with Netflix, but yes, there's definitely news this morning. It's not. I don't think it's the best news for people who love movies. I think movies are very, very can be really pieces of art. And there's news that there are gonna be 100% tariffs on imported movies or like on
Mhm.
movies produced abroad. So I'm not. I don't think that will be good for movie production. So that is a bit sad.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think that's the reason why Netflix is down today, and also like WBD, Warner Bros. Also gap down. So I think that's the reason why it's hit, because there's tariff news on movies produced abroad.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, well, strange. I saw that this morning. Strange headline. I mean, what does that mean? I have no idea. Well, we'll have to see how it plays out. So yeah, so that's an interesting one. Let's see how that goes. All right, let's see what else we have here, guys, on our gappers list this morning. We also have gap down. So we have Mara, CLSK, Hood, and Riot. So a lot of the Bitcoin stuff down this morning. Let's take a look at Mara and how that volume looks. Mara right now is down 3.2, 760,000 shares traded, as you can see here. CLSK is another one, also down 4.2. Not a whole lot of volume on it, only 570,000. Hood has become, I tell you, Hood has become my favorite ticker to play when all these Bitcoin stocks are down, right? So Hood will be on my list. I think they can trade very well. They actually, it's funny, we went from trading Mara, CLSK, some people like MSTR, which I think is extremely risky. You got to be careful. To really Hood saying that, hey, we're going to be getting involved a little bit in this, in some Bitcoin, and they're the better ones to trade. I mean, it's just interesting how that goes, right? They do a lot more business, obviously, with their platform and everything else, Robinhood, but they move a lot heavily with anything Bitcoin related. So they will be on my list. I'm going to put them right on here on the main list. I think they can trade very, very well. We'll see if the volume continues into the market open. Lenny, out of all of these type plays, which one is your favorite? What's going to be on your list today?
Um, Well, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna put any of them on my watch list. Perhaps Hood, right? The Hood reported also earnings last Wednesday, I believe, last
Hmm.
Wednesday or like Thursday before the market opened. They have slightly elevated volume. Hood on the daily chart, it's still trading within the daily range. I don't think there's really specific Bitcoin news. Bitcoin is slightly down, but I think Bitcoin is holding very resilient over the last couple of weeks. Over the week it was a little bit down, but that's nothing specific. I think. Yeah, the market making a little bit of a pullback. SPY is down 0.8%, Q's 0.9%. I think it's just healthy after like 9 extreme strong days up. It's like healthy to have a little bit of pullback, and I think that's also the reason why perhaps the Bitcoin stocks are a little bit down. So I don't see like a direct catalyst. So I won't put them on my watch list. Perhaps Hood, like on a C list. Hood can out of nowhere trade well. Indeed, that's true. Also, like last Thursday, actually gave a decent 5-minute opening range breakdown. So if
Hmm.
anyone, I would put Hood on the watch list.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna have those guys on my list. I think they look awesome today. Well, not awesome, but they look better than the rest for sure. And if there's some opportunity, that's the one I want to go with. All right, heading back to our list here, friends. Let's see what else we can take off from here. We do have, again, there's tons of other ones like Mara, CRSK that you can look at. I don't think they look great today, so I'm going to skip them. The other stocks that are representing themselves in the gap down is QBTS, RGTI, and what else is Quantum here? Just these two for right now. So here's QBTS. We are down 3%, 630,000 shares traded after a nice day on Friday. Check out Friday. Had a nice little pop there, like many stocks did, right? They were no different. They popped up pretty good. RGTI also on deck this morning, had a great pop on Friday as well, pulling back a little bit down 2.4, 716,000 shares traded. So I want to watch one of these. Let me look at QUBT, the other one. They're down slightly, a little bit less volume. So they are going to make our list now there because I could tell they just went over 200,000. So they'll be joining the list shortly. Maybe RGTI in the secondary for me. Lenny, how about for you?
Yeah, makes sense. I think from the quantum stocks, they all had Friday like a strong day. They stayed a little bit, I think, last week and also 2 weeks ago. They were a little bit less strong than the rest of the market. Right? Everything was super strong, but the quantum computing stocks stayed a little bit down. Last Friday they showed yeah, good strength indeed. But I think from the quantum computing stocks, our GTI definitely had Friday. It seems to be the strongest day if we look at the size of the candles compared with the candles before. I see 700K shares traded. I'm not sure if there's really a catalyst. Personally, I would not going to put them on my watches. I'm looking for really stocks with a direct catalyst. I think they're also just down because yeah, the whole market's a little bit down. And then of course these growth stocks, they are also down a little bit more than the average, right? Because growth stocks in good times they are up a little
Yep.
bit more, and in bad times they're down a little bit more. So I think not sure if there's a direct catalyst, but yeah, I'd see definitely from all of them are GTI as also the most volume, 700K shares traded. So definitely I can understand you, Carlos, that you like to put it on your watch list potentially.
Yeah, that'll be on my list, and we'll be on the secondary again. Doesn't look great, but I think it's worth watching. All right, friends, that covers our gap up and down list. Lenny, anything else that you like this morning that maybe we have not covered today?
Yeah, I think the big tech names, right? Apple and Amazon, they're gonna could be like second day place, right? You see, Apple is a little bit 1.5 million shares traded. For Apple, I think it's a little bit elevated volume. Last Friday they traded also a bit different than the rest. In the end actually they closed red last Friday. Today they might be falling below the low of last Friday. So it could be a second day play. They got some elevated volume after the earnings. Yeah, they're trading a little bit independent from the rest. So I think I'm definitely gonna put Apple pretty high on my watch list.
Yeah, I do like Apple. Actually, I'm gonna add that to my list as well. It can trade pretty nice. So Apple on here also. Let's take a look at what some of the stuff you guys like. So let's dive in here into our chat room and see what you guys have on deck today. Let's start with you guys. So let's QUBT. Yeah, we did look at that one. So QUBT, yeah, we looked at it. I don't see anything that sticks out compared to everything else, right? So they're all pretty similar as far as QUBT, QBTS, and RGTI, right? So either one you can select. Ion Q is another one. So here's Ion Q as well. Up down 2%, 400,000. Again, very similar. You could pick your favorites on here. This should be making the list. It's going up and down -2%. So it comes on and off the gappers list. If it continues lower than 2%, it will definitely stay on there. So I've seen it come on and off a couple of times when it comes to Ion Q. Of course, how can we not look at PLTR?
PLTR,
I
of
mean,
course.
this is our baby. This is our baby. So, PLTR here, always very active. Tons of volume, 3.4 million shares traded. I mean, this thing is it's just rocking. It's just rocking. So I am going to go ahead and put this on my list. It trades very well. As far as gapping up or down, it's not doing much. Barely below the previous day close, has been in the green, in the red a couple of times this morning. But man, this stock is so much fun and explosive. Um, Lenny, I'll have this on my list. And earnings coming up soon for this. I saw a
Yes,
comment in
earnings. I
chat.
think the end of the day, I think earnings is very
Hmm.
important after the market close, and I think we got the all-time high also very close by the 125.41. It's like the previous all-time high, I think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
intraday all-time high. So yes, PLTR I think should be prime gonna be prime on my list, on my A list, right? We're at all-time high. Friday we closed very beautiful, almost at the close. Strong trend up. We got a potential catalyst earnings coming up. Perhaps market is already seem to be excited for the earnings. If we look at the last 7, 8 days, so yeah, I think it could move today. I think
Yeah, I like it. Would definitely be on my list, and yeah, PLTR on my main list right there. So far, Hims and Netflix, Hood, Apple, and PLTR. And I saw many of you guys mentioning Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla here. So Tesla this morning, pretty flat. 1.6 million shares traded. I mean, we'll definitely be watching Tesla. There's no way we're not gonna have this on deck. It's always great to see how they're doing. But my list is full, so I might move these guys down to a secondary. And again, with my travel setup here, I can only watch so many tickers. Five is actually way too much. I should be only watching four. But let's see. But I'll put Tesla on here. Nvidia is another one that we love to take a look at and see how that's doing. At the moment, they're down 1.3, 3.3 million shares traded. So this could be another fun one to look at. Will also be on my secondary list because again, it's Nvidia. We're always watching that one. AXP. Is this American Express? AXP. Let's take a look. It is American Express. Okay, yeah, these guys, what they're having earnings, they're moving actually. They're down 1%. No, I don't think this is earnings, but either way, they're down 1%. There's no volume. So for me, this is a no, 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 no. I mean, there's only 5,000 shares traded here. Yeah. And even when they get volume, they are so bad. Lenny, I'm not sure what your experience is, but this stock, I have never traded it, you know. It just doesn't trade well for me as far as day trading goes. I'm not sure about you.
No, I actually also can't remember that it ever traded very, very well. And beside that,
Yeah.
there's no volume in the pre-market, less than 5,000 shares traded. There's no volatility in the pre-market. We're still trading in the same range as we were trading last Friday. So yeah, I don't see any higher probability for volatility and for volume and for trend today, even though it could always come. But for now, we don't have the indications, and it's also not the most best trading stock indeed. So, so AXP
Yep, I
won't make
agree.
it for me.
I agree. PLTR all-time highs. Yeah, friends. I think that is our all-time highs. I don't
Yes,
think we've been
that's
higher,
all-time
right?
high. That's all-time high.
That
Yeah.
125. Yeah, so that is their all-time highs. Yeah, PLTR is definitely one of my favorites this morning. I mean, the stock can trade very, very well. So yeah, we're watching that one. All right, one more here, and then we'll head over to our community events and announcements for this beautiful Monday. Let's take a look at our good buddy Baba. So let's take a look at Baba here. Right now, I traded them on Friday or Thursday, I can't remember, but they didn't trade very well. You know, they just had a hard time with the volume. It was a good setup short, but the volume never came in. Today I'm not seeing anything that's overly exciting on it. Right? So it must have been Friday. Look at Friday, just barely moved, gave us a little bit of a drop down, and barely had any movement, with not a whole lot of volume. And then today, again, it's been green, it's been red. I don't see anything great right now. Maybe later it can get a little bit better, but right now I don't see anything that looks awesome at the moment. So I'm gonna skip on it for now. All right, friends, very excited for this week. We started our Bootcamp 15. So I'm very excited. Everybody's getting set up over the weekends. I'm getting all the emails, everybody's setting up their DAS and setting up their accounts and hotkeys and everything else. So very excited to work with you guys. So is Lenny as well, and many others that are in the Bootcamp team. So looking forward to your success in this process. So again, very excited to start this week and meet all the people that have joined at the bootcamp for bootcamp 15. I know Mike has done a lot of work getting everything ready and set up. So alongside Brendan, you, Lenny, Peter, everybody. So John, looking forward to it, guys. All right. Lenny, let's tell people what we have coming up for this Monday. You can always check that out. Go to bearwithtraders.com slash webinars, and you can always see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. Today's Monday, so we'll focus on that.
Yeah, so it's Monday, so we have on 11 a.m. US market time in the webinar room. We have Avi. He's gonna do this live session. He's gonna discuss option trading. He will be trading with you guys, sharing his insight, discussing with you the market, and of course taking some awesome trades. So that's today, 11 a.m. US market time. Then from 12 noon, 1 hour later, it's Brandon, and he's gonna discuss a DAS Trader Pro setup and basics for new traders. You get any question with regard to DAS, you wanna perhaps set up some hotkeys or make some adjustments, you could come there to 12 noon to the webinar room where Brandon, our specialist on DAS, will answer all your questions. And of course, there's also the onboarding class tonight, 8 p.m. with Carlos, where he will walk you through all the steps to become a day trader, share the philosophy of Babel traders, share what all kind of education that Babel traders has for you. So that will be the onboarding class tonight, 8 p.m. So that's what we have for today. 11 a.m. the option session with Avi, 12 noon the DAS Trader session with Brandon, and tonight 8 p.m. the onboarding session for potential new members and for new members by Carlos. So that's what's on deck for today. And yes, with regard to our product, to our services, we have our platinum package, which involves basically everything. You get access to all the webinars, to the chat room, of course, to the courses, to various courses, to weekly mentorship, because the senior traders, they have like their own mentorship hour each week on Thursday, usually on Thursday, some other days. So you get basically access for everything with the elite package or with the platinum package. Platinum package also includes with a bootcamp session where you can join one of the P Capital Trading bootcamps. You got 3 bootcamps per year. And there's also the funded account. So basically, the platinum package, which has like the yearly access to Babel traders, to all the webinars, to psychology, to the mentorship sessions. There's the funded account for 3 months, and there's also the access to the P Capital Bootcamp, and there's also the elite packages without the funded trading account and without the P Capital Bootcamp. And you can also take it potentially for a monthly to see how you like it. Yes. So.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect, man. All set. All right, friends, let's get ready. Let's get some levels in here. So right now, my list, HIMS, Netflix, Hood, Apple, PLTR, secondary list, TSM, Rigetti, Spaghetti, RGTI, Tesla, and NVIDIA. So that is our list for this morning. All right, let's get set and we'll do some levels. And I see, man, we got a lot going on. We have Peter completes his race. I'll try to get a picture for you guys later. So Peter and Mike complete their marathon over in France, and then we have Andrew did some race with a very interesting hat this weekend as well. So I'll try to get a picture of that as well. I can see him here. I think he did was that 42 miles. 42 miles. I can't tell what the numbers. And then Nathan, our buddy's hanging out with Thor in Florida right now. And they're trading. Going to be trading together today. So I see the picture of them hanging out as well. So again, a lot happening here in the community. So very, very nice. All right. As far as levels goes, let's get ready for our market open, friends. We'll do some levels for what I have on my list. I'm excited, but we definitely seen better. I think, Lenny. I think this is not the greatest and list we've seen. But let's go through it. Let's see what happens. I see Andrew in chat. Good morning, Andrew. Andrew, what you did 42 miles? What was that race? He did a race. It looks like a very fun race, though. It's not like
42 miles. Wow, that would not be
no,
fun if I run 42 miles.
the banner says 42 miles. I'm not sure if that's 42nd race annually. Oh, marathon. He did a marathon. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
that's true.
24 something. Yeah, 42. Oh, 42 kilometers. See, the US Canada thing. Yeah. 42 kilometers. Okay, got it. That makes sense. All right. 27 miles. Okay, man, that's great. All right, guys, let's get to it. Here it is. Let's do our list. We have on deck. Let's start with Netflix here. I think this can be exciting. I think this can trade very well. Yeah, we got a lot of runners in the community. We got Andrew running, we got Mike running, everybody's running. So I'm gonna have to get on the treadmill or something. Let's go to Netflix. Netflix this morning, high of the pre-market is pretty much slamming into the lows of Friday's trading. So you're all set there. And then towards the bottom, you do have the low of the pre-market sitting at 1084. Not the easiest stock to trade, but hopefully today we can take advantage of it. Plenty of levels, guys. If you look on the daily here, you can see how many many levels we have all up here, and just a very interesting daily. Everything has been green, 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 green. Even the gap downs end up green on Netflix. Today we're gapping down a little bit more aggressive, giving the tariff on movies produced outside of the US, which again is a very interesting approach that we're taking there. Down 5.2, 506,000 shares trade. So I do like Netflix. I think today they can trade very well. So we'll see how that goes. Hims actually tweeted Lenny very good on Friday. Today they're active again, 1.3 million shares traded. They're up 2.4, high of the pre-market on this one. If we go here on the 5 minute, let's take a look. I have the pre-market 42.49, so we're gonna slam a level there. 42.49, and then towards the bottom here, low of the pre-market 41.27. 41.27 is the low of the pre-market. If you look at the daily highs and lows for the last two trading days, are doing a great job towards the bottom there. So I don't think you need to add a whole lot. We're right above the previous day close. We have to go to the left to get some good levels, right? So around February looks like we're gonna just zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. If you zoom in, we're just right in this area. I'm going to mark down 38.74. And then towards the top, I'm going to mark down 45.18, 45.27 towards the top. So there we are, just in case we are going to be we're breaking out of this range that we're kind of stuck in it right now in the pre-market. So far very active, has traded very well for us on Friday. So let's see if that's going to continue today. There's a lot of Bitcoin type tickers in play. Hood seems to be my favorite one this morning. Again, they can trade very well. High of the pre-market today is 47.87, so we'll slam a level there. 47.87 is a good one. Towards the bottom, we'll slam one at 47. That's the low of the pre-market right now. And once you do that towards the top, you got so many levels up here, guys. Previous day close, highs and lows for the last two trading days. Look at the support you have around 46.56. A lot of these have been able to bounce off of that. In case we do break down below that, let's get some good levels down here. In case we do break down, since we are red today, 45.43 is the next big one. There might be some small ones in here. But again, the next major one I see is at 45.43. I think that's worth noting down. Okay, and let's continue here. The next one is going to be Apple. Apple this morning is slightly lower below all these levels it has up here. So we're down 1.2, 1.5 million shares traded. Let's go mark down some levels down here. High of the pre-market has pushed up all the way to 205, right? So 205 in the high of the pre-market, which is it's right at the previous day close. I'm not gonna worry about it. I mean, it's just previous day close is literally like a couple of 30 cents below it, I think. So I'm not gonna worry about that too much. The low of the pre-market we will mark down. That is right now at 202.77, trying to hold here. You can see that there. We're just kind of retesting that again. It's been holding all morning. Well, since 7:30, it's been trying to hold that. Let's see if it can do it. If not, we can mark a new level if it does push lower. Towards the bottom on the daily, we do have an area right around 200, so we'll mark that there. And once you do that, you're pretty set to the top and bottom when it comes to our good buddy Apple. All right, the newest member of the usual suspects list, PLTR. I mean, this stock is just so fun, so great to watch. We'll have it on deck again today. There's no doubt. Towards the bottom, you got highs and lows for the last two trading days. Just in case it gets fancy, you can mark down a level at 111.33. 36 in case it goes down there. I don't expect that to be the case, but just in case you're ready and set to go. Now we're going to scroll to the left. All-time highs on this thing is right around, we'll call it 125.39. That's what we'll call it. Might be a little less, a little more. 125.39 is your all-time highs. And if you look at the daily intraday action right now in the pre-market, we just kind of been testing this previous day close. The low of the pre-market is 123. We'll mark that down here. 123.05. Your high of your pre-market is pretty much, it's slammed into that 125.39 since very early on, has pulled back since then, and then right now we're just kind of wrapping ourselves around. The previous day close been going back and forth this morning. So yes, there it is. PLTR earnings today. Yes, PLTR earnings after hours, Lenny. Just want to confirm that's the case.
Yes. They report earnings
Yep.
later today after the market close indeed.
All
So
right.
it could be really fun today, right? Perhaps the bulls already gonna take it up. All-time high very close by. Friday closing strong, really has a lot of momentum. So yes, PLTR could be fun today, and they report earnings indeed after the market close, just like HIMS. So they'll be on
Yeah.
the watch
Yep.
list.
All right. That is awesome. Okay. Other than that, I think we are all set. Let's see what our moderators are looking at today, Lenny. What is on deck for our team?
I am not in the chat room, so I can't see what the moderators have
Oh,
in there.
okay, okay. Let's see. I'll switch some screens in here and see what's going on with our team. I see Thor. So Thor looking at Amazon, Tesla, Apple, MC, hashtag MCL. I'm not sure what that is, but he has it there. Nathan, ES, NQ, Max 7, AMD for our good buddy Nathan. Both Thor and Nathan trading together today. It's awesome. Jared, PLTR, HIMS, Netflix, and then a secondary overall market looking for pullbacks slash balance on the days on the daily likely. All right. Avanacci levels. Our good buddy Avi's looking at buy options at Avinacci levels. So there you go. That's what's gonna be what our good buddy Avi's looking at. All right, we'll see what other moderators come up with their list. But we are all set, guys. Again, not a great list, but
Yeah,
I said that
that
before
could be
many
a very
times.
fun day. I think
Yeah, I said that before many
for the
times,
people
and
who
it
were
turns
not
out
here at
great.
the beginning
Hmm.
of this pre-market show session, the market is down a little bit, but I think it's nothing more than just healthy, right? We've seen nine
Yeah.
very strong consecutive days in a row, so we see like a small pullback in the market.
Hmm.
So let's see
Hmm.
how it will develop today, right? If we're gonna see like more choppy price action in the SPY, or actually we're gonna close higher than Friday, I think it will be a very very strong sign from buyers.
Yeah.
Um, and what else is news? There's also some news in Tesla that their sales from Spain are a little bit down actually. That year over year, first quarter, they had actually bad sales, while electrical car vehicle in general were up a lot. But I'm not sure if that's really going to influence the price of Tesla at the moment. We got Apple, Amazon for second day play, HIMS, PLTR. Yeah, like they're gonna report their earnings later today, so they could already be volatile. Oil price is down because the OPEC gonna improve their higher increase their quota, so that could perhaps cause some volatility. We have the tariff news on the movies, therefore like Netflix and Netflix and perhaps WBD will be in play. We got TEVA, yeah, perhaps TSM also second day play.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
most important thing for today. Hopefully, they're going to see this week a tariff deal, right? Perhaps that could cause some more bullishness. Again, let's see if and who's going to be the first tariff deal and when it's going to come. Japan already said they're not going to use their treasury holding as a bargain in the negotiation, the tariff war. That's something that also some news that came over in the weekend. Also, we're
Hmm.
going to see
Hmm.
Wednesday the Fed decision on the rates for the month May. That's going to be Wednesday, and also like a lot of Fed people are going to speak on Wednesday. And of course, we had also Warren Buffett keynotes last weekend.
Yeah, I
So
saw his retirement towards the end of this year. That's the end of an era, man.
oh,
That's wild.
it always seemed like in his keynote how he drinks always like this all the time Coca-Cola, during his keynote. I always wonder like
Yeah.
how he comes, like almost 100 years old. But perhaps that's also something
Money,
else.
man. Money takes you as far as you want if you take care of yourself. That's for
Yeah.
sure. If you're not reckless, you can take care of yourself pretty good. All right, let's see here, friends. I think we're all set. Once Andrew, Brian are ready to go in chat, guys, hop in and then we can disconnect. Here's Brian's Andrew's list, excuse me. Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, that's a blockbuster list, and also Netflix as well. Netflix very active with the news this morning. Brian's looking at Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, HIMS, and the overall market SPY. So that'll be for our good buddy Brian. So once they hop on, we'll hop off here and we'll continue over on YouTube. YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Let me see. I got these pictures here. I want to share with you guys. Some BBT fun that's going on. Always great to see our team doing some things here. So let me see if I can open this up. Would be nice on the downloads page. And again, very excited for boot camp, guys. We started the boot camp already. It starts this week, so looking forward to that as well. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So, and yeah. Other than that, I think we're pretty pretty good set to start this market open.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Looking forward. Really looking forward to see. You know, sometimes we got a lot on deck, but then also
Hmm.
some not all. It doesn't mean that always gonna happen a lot, right? Sometimes there's some things that
Yeah.
could work out, and then you have like the perfect day, right? So I think honestly, like in my experience, I'm just excited as for today, as like
Hmm.
stocks and days where like we have like a bigger watch list. Even though I think our watch list is pretty okay, we have a pretty long watch
Yeah.
list. In the end, I have Tesla, Nvidia, Apple. I also added Amazon to my watch the second day after the earnings. They're
Yep.
actually the weakest from all the tech names. So I think that's like indication of some volatility. So I thought in my final watch list Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, HIMS, PLTR, Netflix, and then we got like
Yep.
some C list, TEVA, TSM, and Hood.
Yep.
So that's a
Yep.
pretty very awesome list.
The man is asking, can I still join? Absolutely, man. Go to the website. Listen, my philosophy is you go there, you try to sign up. If it lets you in, we'll take care of you. But no, man, try it. You need some catching up to do. I'll help you get caught up, man. We'll do some one-on-one and get you caught up if you're serious about joining now. A little bit late for this boot camp, we'll get you in. But no, in all seriousness, if you can join this one, I always tell people join to the next one. You know, you can get set up nicely, and then you can kind of hit the ground running, right? So we're pretty set for this one now. So yeah, here's some pictures. Here's some pictures from this weekend. Let's take a look. So here's Andrew. Here's Andrew running again 42 kilometers. I read that wrong. That's not miles. So 42 kilometers, which is 27 miles. Still very nice run. You can see he's got his fun hat there on that run, and that seems to be Vancouver. That looks like a Vancouver street. So there it is. There it is. Email Andrew, guys. Andrew at babytrace.com. Saman, if you still want to join, we'll take care of you, man. We'll get you in. So yeah, that was downtown. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell that's like a downtown street in Vancouver. That looks really nice. So there's his run. Then we had Mike and Peter running in France, man. Look at that. Number 2216 and 2215. They completed their run. There it is with the
Great
Bearable flag.
performance.
Just
Awesome. Great
yeah, it's
performance.
just awesome, man. It's just awesome. And then here we have Thor and Nathan in Florida. And this morning, these guys are trading together. So look at that. Community's alive, baby. I love it. Love it, love it.
Feel it.
All right. Okay, friends, we're all set. I see Brian in chat. We're gonna disconnect from chat room here and we're gonna continue in on YouTube. Brian and Andrew trading live from the chat room. Guys, if you do want to see that, you can join at bearwithrest.com. Check the intro, gets you in to see what the environment's like over in our chat room. So all right, members, we'll talk to you guys in a second. We'll continue here on YouTube.
And by the way, people from the chat room in Babel Traders, if you want to see me trade and Carlos, you can just come to the YouTube channel of Babel Traders and you can see me and Carlos trade with screen share. So we also be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
welcome to come to YouTube.
All kinds of options for you guys. Absolutely. All right, we'll let Brian do his thing there. We'll disconnect here and let's take a look. I'll stop the stream there and we are set. All right, friends
Give
on
me a moment,
YouTube.
Carlos. Give me 2 minutes, all right?
Yes, you got it, brother. You got it. Go do your thing. I was trying to get my camera going, but I had no luck. I have it here, but I'm having problems getting it to the stream. All right, so all right, friends, let's get ready. As usual, I'll wait, as you guys know, if you've been watching us for some time. Um, we I wait 3 minutes. I don't trade before 3 minutes. My volume is loud. I could try to turn it down a little bit. If I'm too loud, hopefully that helps. Um, as you guys know, I wait 3 minutes before I take any trades. Right, so that's just kind of the way I do that. And then after 3 minutes, we'll be looking for any kind of breakouts that happen between 3 to 5 minutes, usually VWAP breakouts or any type of breakout up or down, breakdown. And then after 5 minutes, we'll be looking for potential 5 minute ORBs, right? So same setup we do every day. Um, that's what we'll be looking for. And no forcing it, no rushing it. So far, we've been doing pretty good this month to find good opportunities. So again, we don't need to force it, right? Just wait for the setup, be very patient and with the process. See how Lenny is here. We'll get
I'm back. I'm
Lenny.
back. I'll put my camera on again.
No, yeah, I'm just gonna get trying to get your screen share so we could both share the screen.
Cool.
We could switch back and forth when needed.
Yes.
Um, mm, right now you're looking at my screen. I trade with the 5 and the 1 minute, guys. Usually looking at the 1 minute for the better entry, 5 minute for the higher time frame. Yeah, Lenny's very quiet compared to Carlos. Yes, what I'll do is I'll put my volume down, and then
Yeah.
Lenny's will be, I'll put Lenny up, and hopefully that kind of balances things out because that's
Does it
annoying.
help?
To
Does it help right now? Is it more equally balanced?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's. I'm sure my gauge is a little bit better. So
All right, all right. Let's
good,
go.
good, good. All right, guys, ready? 7 minutes of the market open. Let me make sure I have your screen, Lenny, and we'll get rocking and rolling. So my flight today is at 2:50. So I think I booked it with enough time to make it to the airport. So after we're done here.
How HIMS looking interesting HIMS for now. It's like really you see like the low of the pre-market is bounced off the high of the post-market last Friday, right? So Friday with a very strong day, closing
Mhm.
strong. Then the post-market we moved up, and now the pre-market we bounced off the post-market high, which is I think a pretty strong sign. Don't get
Nice.
FOMO. Don't jump in straight away. You still need to see like that perfect pattern of imbalance between the buyers and the sellers. But yeah, I like HIMS. I like him so
Yep,
far, even though
yep,
it's also getting a bit extended now. Of course, we have seen 2 strong days in a row. Still it's speeding up,
yep.
so it's just one of the stocks on our watch list.
Yes, back to New York today. Yep, back to New York. I'm flying into Newark. Newark has been a mess. I mean, they're canceled my flight when I was leaving out of there over the weekend. They canceled like 40 more flights because air traffic control can't handle the volume. So I expect some madness trying to get in there today. We'll see. We'll see. Wish me luck. It is just so messy. Let's see here. So yeah, party's over. Got to go back.
You had a good time, right? Last weekend?
Oh, it was great, man. It was a great time. So we got some golf, got a couple of golfing runs in.
Wow.
Went to a couple of nice places to eat. Went to some really good cigar bars, gun range. I mean, you name it. My brother had a really nice schedule set up.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice. That's sometimes the mental relaxation, right? And that's like the good feeling.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Does very well for us. Apple breaking down, by the way, now. Apple already showing some weakness in the late pre-market, right? We have Apple on the
Yep.
watch list for a second day play. Actually, also the market as a whole is actually the SPY is moving sideways, Q's moving down a little bit, but we see the Tesla also breaking down now. Uh, Nvidia holding, Apple, yeah, breaking down, but also getting bought up. So let's see. So what is the low of yesterday? I think there's also a low of April
Yep.
23. So let's see if Apple could do something. So
Just
four
gonna
more
get your
minutes.
screen nice and set up here. All right, excellent, excellent. Let's see. All right, that's your screen. Yeah, what's happening is, again, the more planes you can take off and land, the more money you make. And these guys have pushed it to the limit. I mean, if you sit in Newark or any major airport, there's planes after planes after planes right behind each other. I mean, one is literally taxiing off the runway, the next one is already on like short final, right? You're pushing it too much, right? So something goes wrong. One thing goes wrong where, and not saying the car is traffic, but something like a delay or somebody has to go around, whatever, it throws the whole system off. Like you're gonna just be late, or if a gate is not ready when a plane has to wait now and sitting on the taxiway, all these things add up. You're not gonna have a perfect day every time. Next, it's a trickle down effect of just delays over delays, right? So, um, it's the capacity, man. Capacity. This is the problem. Capacity. They're pushing the limits on a lot of these things, and with old systems, it just doesn't work. So. Uh, doesn't work. All right, friends, let's get going here.
Let's see if we got something new volatility. Came in some stocks that we did not discuss yet, but I don't really see something that came in play in the last 5 to 10 minutes. I do not see anything new. So I think we are pretty set for the market open in 2.5 minutes. Let's have our
Yep.
fun. Again,
Let's do this. All right, Tesla selling down. I like what I see there. SPY not doing a whole lot. AMD, you guys mentioned AMD. AMD pushing up. You know what? I'm gonna add AMD to my lineup here.
AMD looking interesting about AMD is the only ticker that's actually in the green, right? From all the big tech
Yeah,
names, the only one is in the green. That's interesting about AMD. So it's trading a bit independent. So I think I'm gonna add AMD also to the watch list. Nice one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
yep,
you.
yep. Thanks for mentioning that. I like that.
Yes, AMD. So let's go for the most intellectual puzzle in the world. The
It,
stock
it
market.
it it really
Stock
is.
market.
It really is, man.
So Tesla coming
Okay,
back
now.
up a little bit. Apple also coming back up, maybe just a failed breakdown last couple of minutes. So yeah, I think I'll just be
Mhm.
very calm for the first 3 months. Sorry, 3 months, 3 minutes, of course.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
3 minutes. Don't see a clear imbalance yet between the buyers and the sellers. Where really the
Hmm?
sellers are clearly stronger. Amazon actually broke down. So Amazon could be a little bit interesting. But I think, yeah, let's see how Amazon develops. But yeah, so we got 45 seconds to the market open.
Yep, yep, yep. Here we go. Let's do this.
Don't get FOMO. Don't get FOMO.
Yes, no FOMO, guys.
3 minutes are like
No.
180 seconds of time to just uh, to to just uh, to just count everything
Yep, yep.
and see
Easy does
everything.
it. 100%. All right. Let's see. Thumbs up, guys. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, we appreciate it. It does help the channel out a ton. Sitting at 188 with almost 900 people watching, but would love to get your support there. I really appreciate it. Pac-Man short Nvidia. I'm not sure. We'll see.
And we are
We will
open.
see. Ding, 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 ding. All right, here comes the volume.
So what's happening?
Uh, Netflix, Hood, PLTR. We got the madness going up and down, so we'll just wait for that to kind of settle down here.
Yes. So
Wait for PLTR pushing above, trying to push above the previous day close, pushing to it. So I got PLTR here right now and seeing where the action is coming. Again, no trading from you guys before 3 minutes, so just
fine.
watching where the volume is. Good PLTR.
Thank you is opening so far green. So far that could change, but so far it's still a strong minute. Tesla is opening a little bit weaker than the rest. Nvidia squeezing.
Yep.
AMD showing its strength as well. Yes, AMD breaking out for the second minute, while the SPY and Q are still in the opening range.
Pushing higher. It's a lot of stuff going north right now. Let's see if that can hold. Hims looks very interesting. Look at Hims, guys. Look at the action you're getting there. Uh,
Profit taking there.
oh, big drop.
PLTR as well, big engulfing. I think the whole market just engulfed to
Yep.
the short side. So now it's interesting to see what's actually holding strong compared with the rest.
Everything going red.
Look at
Apple red.
Nvidia.
PLTR red.
Look at Nvidia is strong. Nvidia is strong. AMD strong as well. Oh wow! Look at AMD. AMD speeding up in the second minute.
Hmm. Apple's always doing his own thing here, pushing
His own
higher.
thing.
Let's see. Good.
Let's see what Q is going to do. Q is now still in the opening range. Perhaps it's going to break out the 1 minute opening range. Okay, we're now in the third minute. I see some kind of a gap on my chart, which is not the best. Not sure where that gap is coming from. But my Apple chart is messed up. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so Tesla definitely weaker, with no entry. Nvidia, okay, opening range strong, but no entry. AMD. If Apple,
3 minutes. Let's
Amazon
see,
also looking a
guys.
bit different. Plus, Tesla looking weak. Tesla breaking down further. So they might still be touched by this news from Europe from lowering sales. Q still in a range. Aims at yesterday close. That's definitely some profit taking in HIMS. Just a bit scary, to take it short. If there was, because you're really shorting it, would short it into strong strength of last Friday. PLTR slowing down on the way down.
I like that breakdown on PLTR below the VWAP. I'm sorry, on Apple. Looking at Apple.
Tesla remaining weak. Look at Tesla. Let's see.
Hims is really taking a dive here. Down right now, into the red now. Was green nicely at 42.47, the high, and now it's just
AMD also looks
big
very
drop.
tempting. Perhaps even AMD could also be an entry. AMD also hold the 100 level, right? It held above the 100 level. Perhaps AMD was an entry at 100.
SPY going the other way now. Let's see if any of these stocks get influenced by it. Let's see. Good. Netflix. So I don't see anything I like as for my setup. I'm just not seeing anything clean at the moment. So we're just gonna sit and wait right now. Look at Nvidia, man. Nvidia turned out to be really strong, guys. Popped up and shooting up higher here. Looks like it wants to go even further. Um, the SPY trying to get going. I don't see anything I like. Okay. Don't see anything I like.
I like AMD. I'm long AMD. Let's see if we can.
Nice, nice, nice.
Very nice. Yeah, strong price. It was also very beautiful, like how the price action held above 100. It came down a few times,
Yeah.
held above 100. So let's see if it can make that continuation move. So what else? We got AMD. We have what else is moving? Amazon moving sideways, but you see Amazon holding a little bit back compared with AMD. AMD is the star.
Yep.
Let's go take a little bit.
Nvidia too. Nvidia's trying to get higher.
Yes.
114 now.
First partials in AMD.
Nice, Lenny. Let's go. There it is.
You see like the
Beautiful.
speeding up in the first 2 minutes, then the double bottom, price
Yeah.
contraction, inside candle, trend line break, and then holding above 100. It's very strong price action. Also inside candle, low volume. It's actually quite a nice setup in AMD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's hope it has some continuation.
Apple.
I might. Okay, so what
Okay.
else do we get?
Turning over here. Let's see.
Nvidia,
Looking
like
good.
look, look,
Who
Nvidia is
just
an
dropped.
yeah.
We're just taking a bloodbath here. Um, Netflix going higher.
Apple selling up, Apple perhaps forming a trend, but still there's also like a lot of overlap in the candles. But you see, Apple's forming like a downtrend, right? We discussed Apple as second day
Yeah.
play, might be breaking below the range and also the yesterday low. But also, I don't know, you see like also a gap between candle 3 and 4. It's a little bit messy.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
AMD breaking out further, take some more partials. It was a beautiful
Yeah.
setup.
Like PLTR here, guys. If PLTR can get above the VWAP, it's not ready yet. But if it goes above the VWAP and we get our move, as you guys know by now, um, I'm gonna go long down, but we gotta see that strength above the VWAP though. So it's trying to hold the level here, 122.40. Let's see. So I'll keep an eye on that, but that's what I'm looking for to get above the VWAP, retest, and then I'm gonna go long there on PLTR. So we'll wait for that to set up if it can. Apple continues short. Hood,
Look at AMD,
nothing. Netflix,
it's
nothing. Not
flying.
saying, oh, beautiful, man. Nvidia too, man. Something with the. I know TSM has something, right? But look at these other ones. These other semis are doing beautiful today.
Yeah.
You made your morning with BCRX. Nice. Google as well. What's going on with Google? Let's take a look. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's flying too.
Look, AMD, like increasing volume on the way up. That's a strong sign. Candles
Hmm.
closing at the high, but now we're also still in, yeah, of course, a little bit extended. But
Yeah,
just
yeah. Hard to get in now, but this thing, you got a great entry, man. Great, great entry.
okay, so look, indeed, what else is there? What is who doing? Who it is? Wow, that's a sell-off, right? Really breakdown here.
Yeah,
Breakdown
yeah.
daily range. It's just only, you see like the candles becoming bigger in size. So then you would trade against bigger size candles, and that damage the risk to reward a little bit, right? Because then you put your stop loss based on the bigger size candle, larger size candles, and that's like not good for the risk to reward. I always think it's better if you get like first big candles, pull back small candles, because then your risk to reward's better. But still, it looks weak in Hood. But it's just
GTI, also selling down. So we got all these companies kind of going red here. RGTI down right now. Wow, pretty aggressive, man. Look at the drop on this thing. I wasn't watching. It was on my secondary. Looks like we might have got our move on it earlier on. Not sure, but Tesla. Where's Tesla? Okay, so you guys are short Tesla. Good, 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 good.
Apple could be sell off actually. You see like an inside candle, low volume
Hmm.
engulfing right now, also weaker than the
Yeah,
rest of the market. But it's just the price action, not really. I don't really trust it somehow, but it looks really weak.
yeah. Everything's kind of following the market right now, so I don't see any opportunities. Because the problem with these now, getting in here, you're so like even like PLTR, right? If you get in short on PLTR, it could be such a bad risk to reward giving off the VWAP, right? So for me, I don't have a strategy here to get in this one, so I have to wait. Um, I have to wait to get a setup. Apple, same thing. It's not just
Selling up
not
beautiful
looking
now.
great. Yeah,
Tesla, oh, look at Tesla. Pooh, also what a sell-off.
yep, yep.
Like,
Clean pullback to the VWAP here on Tesla.
but look at
My
also the
secondary list
pullback.
is trading better than my primary list. My secondary list is should have watched that today.
You see like
Looking
the
awesome.
pullback in Tesla, you see like decreasing volume and the body's becoming smaller. That's also like a sign, that the pullback might be getting exhausted and then it could be like another move down happening.
That
But now
is
also,
mm, everything is red. Spy's going red.
sell-off in the market, right? That's
Yep,
also
yep.
that's also gonna affect AMD. So I'm gonna put my stop loss slightly below my break-even point. Have it like a little bit below 100. Perhaps the 100 gonna be like something of a support. But I already took a lot off in
Yeah,
AMD.
no, it was a good move. But it looks like the market's just kind of pushing its weight around on these tickers, forcing them down. Amazon dropping. Let's take a look. Amazon. Yeah, yep, yep. Dropped nicely below the VWAP. Look at Apple, man. Apple just keeps going down to
Yeah,
201.
that was uh,
Tesla.
that was perhaps an interesting setup. It just there's so much little bit of overlap, right, in the move down.
Yeah, I want to join the short party. I just don't see the best risk to reward might actually be AMD now that's going below the VWAP. Um, might actually be AMD, but I don't know. Let's see how bad this thing sells off here.
Tesla also, right? It's continuing its weakness. The question you wonder, like, if it perhaps market fueled because the market has been like selling off for the last 4 or 5 minutes, and Tesla as well. So then you
Mhm.
would be afraid if the market turns around, Tesla also going to turn around. So it seems to be
Yep.
trading
Yep.
weaker than the rest, but I also would be a little bit nervous.
Yeah. And when do we have news? We have news 9:45 today. We have
945,
something.
yeah, the PMI, the
Okay.
Purchasing Manager Index.
I'm not sure how much that's going to affect the market, but I'll wait for that to come out before jumping on a trade. Since I'm already only two minutes away from there.
Look, AMD perhaps interesting bouncing price actually, right? We had the 100 level, was also more or less the high of the opening range, high of the
Hmm.
third minute. Just
Yep.
bounce with some high volume, but we definitely need the momentum from the market. If the market keeps on selling up, spying cues, also AMD will go down. But
The
otherwise, yeah,
market had a
yeah,
big bounce. I mean, from the low, if you look at the SPY, I mean, we bounced really aggressive, almost back to the V up here. So very interesting price action on what we're getting.
yes,
Look
definitely,
at this
really.
move up. Holy smokes.
Let's see,
Oh,
let's see. If yeah, Apple was like a second day play. Sometimes, like we always focus like on earnings, but I think also like the day actually before earnings, the stock could already move, and also like the second day after earnings, sometimes even the third day after earnings, stocks can still make good moves, right? Sometimes the market participants need some time to digest the information before they start to build their position or sell off their position, and that's what we as
yeah. Yeah.
traders are looking for.
Agreed. No, and the names that we trade too. I mean, the names that we trade, that they're 8 times out of 10 they're active. I mean, it's just great stocks. Like the AMD you're trading. If I had to watch a stock of 10 tickers, it'll be Tesla, Nvidia, well, PLTR now, AMD. I mean, usually regular names are so good. Um, when they get the volume and when they pick a direction, man, it is that they're unstoppable. So yeah,
Yes.
let's see. No trades for me right now, guys. It's just again, didn't see any good setup that I have liked to take here. All right, news is coming out now. Spies reacting. You see the drop and then back up. So let's wait for that to settle down. Then I'm going to take an opportunity if I have one. Um, so the news is being kind of digested by the market. No big move one way or the other right now. So let's see.
AMD showing continued strength actually, right? You see like candle 42 and
Yeah.
43 increasing in speed, good volume. Then we see the inside candle, low volume, and now we see him breaking out again. And probably gonna
Yeah.
close with higher
Yeah.
volume. So and you see also like the pullback in AMD. So basically minute 36, 37, 39, 34. Sorry. These four candles, you see them decreasing in size on the way down, which is also like a sign that the pullback might be over. But in AMD, my plan is I think it looks pretty strong. We're also breaking above like a range, right? The range of last couple of days.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna let the remaining position that I have. I'm gonna let it run for a big move. I think we're really in crazy market volatility circumstances where really big moves can be made intraday, and by just letting a bit run for long term, I think we could potentially profit from this extreme market volatility period that we're in.
Nvidia high of day. Yeah, I see Nvidia moving up. Um, breaking half day right there, so that's good. Ice 5 minute looks so messy.
Look, Apple going
RGTI
down.
continues lower. RGTI is having a rough day, down 8% now. Pig Wrestler, you're long Baba. Oh, okay. I'm rooting for you, man. Rooting for you.
Yeah. PLTR just being quite choppy today, but Apple is really going down the drain. Look at Apple. Pwah. Also, these candles now on the way down, increasing in size, high volume, closing below the opening range 50
Hmm.
minute, but now it might be a little bit extended. I think if there was an entry after this engulfing candle at 9. So at the close of 9:39. because at that point we fell also below the yesterday low. We fell below we confirmed below the pre-market low. You had the volume signals, the sell-off, start of a trend. But also think if you look at this trend from 943 to 947.37, I think it could be a little bit more clean, right? The sell-off and the trend. So therefore,
Yeah.
like I didn't
Yeah.
take it. But now
Uh, the Milniks, yeah, I see this. I see. I'm actually looking at Hood. It's funny. Once you mentioned it like seconds after I was looking at it as well. This is the trade. I don't like the breakout candle as much, right? So the breakout candle that is at 946. We get to the VWAP, we don't really actually break out from it. Then you got the pullback here, and now this candle is the one that we will enter on. So this is my move. I don't like candle 946 as much, right? But this is the entry here. This will be the entry for the push up. So, but yeah, that is my trade. This is my setup on these VWAP breakouts that I love to look at. This is not the perfect one, but it is doing that setup that we like. So,
Netflix also interesting. Netflix doesn't give a anything about like what the market did. You see, like market opening range and just grinding up. I
yeah,
mean, not the most clean candles, right? A lot of overlap, but like it's clear that the buyers are stronger than the sellers.
yeah, yeah. Agreed. All right, let's see. I'm starting to like Hood, man. I think Hood can have some potential here. Let's see what Hood does. We might enter this long. My good buddy Hood. Hmm.
Yes, good. It's definitely a reversal. I think it looks pretty strong as well, right? At least I'm not a reversal
Yeah,
trader, but you see, it's also speeding up, right? 943, 944, and then 945 outside candle, 946 speeding up again, inside candle low volume, 946, 947 inside candle low volume, and then breaking out further. But what do you think of it, Voet? Do you see
I like it, man. I'm looking at it here. I do like it for a long. Um, I wish this would have been like this candle here would have been a little bit more significant than 946 candle, but I do like it for a long. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's wait for this pull. We're gonna pull back or what? What are you doing to us? Mm. Okay, I'm glad I waited. Hold on, let's see. This could be a pullback. If I see some strength here after this pullback, maybe he's trying to use this one at the 948 candle as the breakout candle might be better. And if we get a pullback now, then we show some strength, then that could be a good long. So let's see. Let's wait. I want to get into something, but I don't want to rush it. Now, I don't like the way the market's selling off here. It can kind of push things around to the downside. But
never get FOMO, right?
yeah, no, you just gotta wait, man. Gotta wait. All right,
Look
here
at
it is. Seeing
Apple.
some.
Look at Apple. Look at the sell-off. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, Apple, it's just highway to hell, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. That like the disappointing sales from China. They don't really know like how to
Yeah,
really
yep.
use the AI or how to become part of the AI revolution. They're very extreme expensive PE wise. And then at a certain point, yeah, the weakness could come in.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. A little bit of strength on the hood. Let's see. Can we hold it? Can we hold above the V up? Level 2 is not showing us anything crazy. We do see some ask at 46.72. Uh, okay, let's see here. Got a couple orders up there. So are we going to break out a VWAP or are you going to be a false VWAP breakout? Right now it's looking not too convincing for the upside. So I'm hesitating to get into this trade because it's just not convincing me to the upside. So and the SPY's making a new low here, so that's not good.
Putting a bit of downward pressure, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of downwards pressure, man, from the overall market. Look at that new low on the SPY. So I'm not gonna take that trade. Man, rough day for me. I have not found anything uh I like. Well, not a rough day. Rough days when you're red and struggling. We're not struggling, but we haven't found anything.
I think
that
it's
we can
really
take
better,
advantage of.
I think always, like the perfect setup always gonna come sooner or later gonna come. So
Yeah, yeah,
just to, if there's just in doubt, don't trade.
exactly. Just wait, wait, wait. Mm-mm. I still like Hood, so I got my eyes on Hood, guys. We see strength above 46.50, 46.55. Maybe we can jump in here. Eyes on the spy. If we continue to make new lows, we don't want to be in this party anymore. But Hood is my favorite one to take if we are going to show strength. Looks like here we are. Let's take a look. Are we going to get the volume? So many things to look at the moment.
Teva actually did
Amazon
something nice.
sure.
Teva, like
Cool.
we had it on the C list, TEVA, Teva Pharma. They had like this
Oh, Teva. Let's take a
Teva,
look.
yeah,
Yeah, let's see.
like breakdown, pullback, bears engulfing, yeah, range, and then the sell-off starting. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think it would be good for trading it anyway. So what else do we
yeah.
see?
Tough entry right now.
Market's very choppy, right? SPY and Qs are both very, very choppy.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the tech names actually being green, like Microsoft, still moving above. It's like a third day for Microsoft now. They had like a good cloud growth, while Amazon had like slightly less cloud growth. So Amazon, Microsoft in the green, Google actually also in the green. Meta moving up in the intraday. So the tech names are being a little bit stronger than the rest now. But the market is just moving sideways, a little
Here
bit
we
at the
are.
low part of the range.
All right, like what we're seeing right now, I'm going long Hood. Stop loss 46.20. So we'll give it about 40 cents on this one. Basically below this candle, we don't want to go below that candle there. But if we see something selling down below the VWAP, we'll jump out of it as well. Got a couple of asks hitting the screen there at 146.60. Let's see if we can break through that and pick those guys up. But yeah, let's see where it goes. First trade of the day. Um, and we'll see
Nice.
if we can get the breakout. Someone mentioned long PLTR, nice. Oh no, not below the VWAP. I mean, I can't tell you how to trade, but I'll be waiting for a breakout and hopefully a pullback. But hopefully this works for you here. Break through that view up nicely. Will be awesome.
Wood is moving up. Nice one.
Let's go, baby. Let's get up there. See if we can get some good momentum towards 47 would be great. Look at the SPY 5 minute. Look at the SPY 5 minute chart. It is so wild. Like, what are you doing? It is
Wow.
so indecisive on what it wants to do. It's just like all over the place.
It's just
Um,
this is what the
and
definition of chop, right? If you look at the one
yeah,
minute
it's
chart,
that's pure chop, man. That is pure chop.
it's like you go and look at
Um,
the 1 minute chart. You go long at 9:35, you're getting chopped up. Then you go short 9:40, you're getting messed up. Then you go short again
yeah,
9:52, you get short, you get messed up again in the SPY. Yeah, that's
it's wild, man.
big
Wild,
chop.
wild. Seven eyelash. No, it's not eyelash. AI lashy. It says garbage moves. Yeah, Spy is not doing great right now. Definitely a garbage truck. AMD, how's AMD doing for you, Lenny? You still in it?
Yeah, still in it. Like the five minute
Oh
chart looks
yeah, yeah.
looks still pretty strong, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also yeah, like the morning volatility is a little bit over. I think like the best trades always in the first 30 minutes. Now we're
Yep,
ending
yep.
it, but the 5 minute chart, look, the 5 minute chart looks pretty interesting, right? You see, like,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the five
Let
minute
me
chart,
get your screen
AMD,
here.
you see
Yep.
like you see like a wick in the second candle, but I would not be too worried about it, right? Because if you take the move from the low of the first candle all the way up, it's just a healthy pullback. Third candle is basically like an outside engulfing candle that looks strong, and then we got a
Mhm.
breakout candle 945, which is also okay strong. But then the pullback is a little bit
Yep.
deep on the 5 minute chart in the 955 minute candle. That will be really
Mm-hmm.
small. And then also we see strong. I would could even perhaps adding. So basically in general, it looks
Yep.
strong. I'm not sure if I would be able to add here, but I'm definitely happy that I'm still in a position and I'll
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
let it ride all day.
So man, look at that. You're going back to your highs of the day, hopefully here.
Yeah.
I'm still in hood. We're trying to break 47 if we can. I do see some orders up there. Let's see if we can get a pop up here. Would be nice. And PLTR.
Hood
Oh
looking
man, look at
good.
PLTR, guys.
To be honest,
Good,
hood
good,
looking
good.
good. Hood
Yeah, it
looking
is.
really
Hood's
nice.
looking good here. Yep.
Yeah, there's a
Let's see if we
market now
can
breaking
get.
out. SPY now for finding a trend potentially. SPY at the high of the day.
Mhm. Love it, love it.
So the buyers are not afraid. The buyers are not afraid in this market. So let's see if we're really gonna
There's so
close
much
higher than
money out there,
Friday.
man.
That would be
It's a lot of
something.
money. People want to put in their money somewhere. It's,
Yeah, so I get the question from Bruno, are you still on AMD? Yes, it's still in AMD. You can
yep, nice. There we go. More ask on the hood. Let's see if we can get the breakout. We got some orders up there. All right, here it is. So that's our 1R there. Let's see if we can break through this 47. I like what I see in the level two. Yeah, PLTR is awesome, man. Whoever went long on that, I mean, I wouldn't take it long below the VWAP, but trade your strategy, and that strategy that you traded there worked out nicely. So good job, guys. Um,
yeah.
good job. All right, we're sitting at 1R. I could take a partial here. I want to see if
Do you know which stock also,
market.
by the way,
Mhm.
goes to all-time high? Very smoothly, creepy, very Uber. I think Uber's
Uber
moving.
all-time highs? Really?
Yeah, it's like we're just very silent. Nobody, like nobody's
Uh,
doesn't say anything to anyone, but like it's like moving to
didn't invite anybody to the party, just kind of did it on his own, and just quietly.
yeah.
Really, all-time highs?
On the
I gotta
daily
see
chart, yeah,
this.
it's like the all-time high was like early October last year, but now we're
Oh,
slowly creeping towards
wow.
it, right?
Look at that. Uber doing his thing. Let's go to weekly.
It's doing its thing.
Yeah, because Uber is a recent company, right? As far as stock, it's only 2019 when they IPO, is it? Or is it older?
Yes,
Let me
yes,
see.
yes, 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 yes.
2019. Yeah, very, very
Also
newer
quite a trend
company.
today. Also quite a trend today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see any entry there, but
Yeah. Look at that. All-time highs for Uber. Very, very nice.
all right. So what else do we got? Let's see. Oh, Q's breaking out
Oh, here we
further.
go. Oh,
Q's.
information, guys. Right. We have data. We forgot 10 o'clock. All right, we're in hood. Pay attention here. We might need to. Oh, yes. Come on, help us out. That news is going to help us out even more a little bit here. 47 10. Let's not be greedy. Let's take a partial here because if we don't, we could get surprised pretty badly if it goes the other way. So I'm hitting the wrong hotkey. Shift to. This stuff's not working. There we go. Okay, I was hitting the wrong
Yeah.
hotkey. Shift to.
So PMI came down a little bit lower than expected, but I don't think it's nothing really shocking. I think so. I see like the
Yeah, yeah. The market likes it right now, at least.
yeah, but it was 50
Um.
minutes ago. Sorry, that was 50 minutes ago. Like the ISM just came out like that
Okay, okay, yeah,
ISM,
yeah.
but I don't know what's the ISM date. Oh, the ASM now is actually higher than expected. ISM rises to 51.6 from estimated
Hmm.
50.2, so way higher than expected. So we got the bullish train again, I
Yep,
suppose. After the Friday strong job reports, ISM being stronger than expected. I
yep,
mean,
yep.
it's not mean
Nice.
to jump in or something, but it's just like I think it's like it's bullish price action. But let's see first how the it's I mean it's bullish news, but let's first see how the price responds to it.
Yep.
Right.
All right, partial on hood, guys. Got a nice move there on a little bit of volume, a little bit of pop. Let's see the continuation moves. Your AMD man hitting high of the day here. So hopefully that
Yes.
can push through and give you some more there. That'd be nice. A lot of you guys went long PLTR. Hopefully you're taking some good partials here. If that's part of your plan, that looks good. Above the VWAP. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. See if you can go green. Would be nice if that can go green. PLTR trying to inch higher. Let's see if we can add another partial here. Tesla's green for me. Awesome. PLTR is good. Good job. What else you guys traded here? AMD. Yes, I agree. That was a great trend, AMD from Lenny. Netflix slowly but uptrend. Yeah, Netflix is slowly doing its thing. Let's see what
TEVA
Hood is trying to
continuing
do
its trend.
here.
Look at TEVA. TEVA's continuing its downtrend. Very interesting, right? You see,
Yep.
like on the daily chart, you see the run up. Perhaps you could
Hmm.
share my screen for a moment. On the daily chart, you see like the run up, right? So perhaps like the market already knew something, then the announcement came, and now we see like a beautiful like trend, like perhaps like some profit taking. So you see like the
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like the buying, like the buy the rumor, sell the news event type of potentially type
Hmm.
of thing, right?
Hmm.
Strong lead up, news comes out, and we see a beautiful trend down. Right, it's also the extended gap that I discuss extensively in my course on opening range break trading. Like the price get moving up, moving up, moving up, and then the news comes out, extensive gapping up, and then there could also be like a good way to find a short if the price action intraday confirms it. So yeah,
Nice, nice. Good stuff. All right,
you
let's see if we can break
would
a
look
little
good.
high here. Yeah, looking good, man. Kind of getting to a nice rhythm upwards here. Took us a while to find a trade. Someone called this out too. Good job, guys. Someone mentioned, "Hey, Hood looks like your trade." The more we watch each other trade, the more we learn on what everybody's styles is. So you guys are learning what I like to look for. So someone mentioned, "Hey, Carlos, look, Hood." They mentioned it over here. It looks like your setup, and it did turn out really nice. As far as the breakout here. So let's see if we can take another partial on the breakout here if we're going to get it.
Yeah.
Ben, you copy me on Hood. I don't mind. I don't mind, but I want you to learn it. Learn the strategy, right? I want you to learn it and trade it with us, right? I think that's important. So um yeah, yeah. I don't want you to blindly copy me. I want you to trade with me and then be able to find opportunities yourself, obviously, right? So but good man, that's awesome. All right, we're just shy above 1R here. But we're struggling to break this 47 what is this? 20 or so. If we don't get above this, I'm gonna take a partial. Look at
Nice.
the
But
SPY. See the SPY?
by
You know what?
dumping
Let's take a
again.
partial. Let's take a
Yeah.
partial because we got a good P&L here. Let's not go back. If we're gonna sell off again, SPY's candles are so funny. Um, let's take another partial here. So
By the way, if you guys like the session so far, I'm standing in for Peter. But if you guys like it, give a like, give a thumbs up,
yes, yes,
then
yes,
you guys might see me more often here. But only if you like it, of
absolutely,
course.
absolutely. So partial there on Hood. Lenny, when is your next partial on AMD? I know you're taking a few already. When is your next
Yeah.
target?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it, I think, for quite some time.
Hmm.
I think like
Okay, good.
who knows? I think we could see potentially some bigger move today, like we have seen like over the last couple of weeks. So I think
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna take it, and because AMD looks the strongest from all the tech names, it broke out of a daily range as well. I think there's bullishness in the general market. Perhaps also even some bullish news just came out, so I think I'll just let it
Hmm.
run all day because I think
Yep,
it's very
yep.
important trading also, to to let your winners run a lot like in the right circumstances. So I already took like I think I took like 60% off already. 65,
Nice,
60,
nice.
65% off. So letting the rest run. Perhaps I'm moving it
Good,
up a
man.
little bit at a certain point.
Yep. Yeah, I like that. I like taking, 50%, 50 to 60% off as soon as possible when you're in the green, and then you can let the rest ride. It's a great strategy.
Yeah.
So we're up here. How many shares I took on this trade? I took
Yeah.
enough. I
Ben,
took enough.
personally, I don't like too much a trailing stop because I think like if you're really letting it
Hmm.
run all day, there could come some intraday pullbacks. I think you should be willing to accept intraday volatility in the
Yep.
idea that it could run further during the day. And with a trailing stop loss, you might get stopped out with such intraday pullback. So personally, but I'm not sure if it's the most optimal. If I'm letting it run all day, I just have my stop loss at break even, or perhaps I'm moving it up a little bit. to a bit below
Yeah.
VWAP, and then I just let it run.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's see. All right, Hood. Guys, stay patient here. We did get an aggressive pull down. Um, and it's trying to head back up. Let's see if this time we could break that. What is this high? 42.67. Would be nice to break that, head towards the high of the day. Our high of the day is 47.69. That would be awesome if we can get up there. So let's see if Hood has that in the cards for us today.
I like it. It holds pretty strong compared with the market, right? If you look at the last six candles, I think the SPY and Qs are pretty steep selling up, but Hood is holding better.
Yep.
So that's nice. That's like a strong
You
sign.
gotta be kidding me. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You cannot make this stuff up. I just got a text that my flight is delayed till 7. Are you kidding me?
So we're gonna
And these
do.
guys know I have an onboarding class to do?
We're, we're gonna
Wow.
we're gonna stay all day trading.
And this is the excuse they use when they cancel my flight. This is the same excuse they use.
Cool.
Um, because of air traffic control limiting the number of planes allowed to land each hour at your
Yeah.
destination, it now your flight now departs at 7 p.m. You can make this stuff up, man.
Just blame
I'm just
regulation.
gonna stay here. I'm gonna call my wife. Just bring the kids down. We ain't going back. We'll get a spot here in Florida. Just whatever.
So
Man, this is so bad.
yeah, that's
I guess I could go golfing. Get another round in. Like so bad. All right. No, mad props. No, I want to get back to my family, brother. I want to get back to my kids. My wife is up there, so I want to just get back home. That's it. Trust me, we'll figure it out, but I just want to get back home.
now which stock hold pretty weak as well. AMD. Sorry, AMD. Apple. Still looks pretty weak. It might make another breakdown. It's not my style to trade again, but also on the 5-minute chart it looks weak, right? You see the sell-off. Then we see the
Mhm,
micro head and shoulders. Candles closing at the low volume in the pullback, so it might make another move down. Also had, of course, the daily range breakdown. We've just moved intraday. How much? $4. ATR $7, so it could move, but it just
mhm.
I I like to trade like as close as possible to the market open. But so what else can we see very subtly? Okay, on the 1 minute chart, what do we see? We see the engulfing candle from 953, 954, right? See the move up, 950.
Mhm.
Two engulfing. Then we see a range. Then we see again the engulfing at 10.4. Then we see the bullish engulfing sandwich. We see the pullback. Yeah, it looks all in all, the price action in Apple looks weak. It's just like the later on the day, the volatility gets a bit unpredictable. But
Yep, yep.
yeah, Apple looks
All
interesting.
right, so Hood, let's break out, Hood. I got a lot of time now. Let's break out. You can watch this go.
Let's stay all day.
Carlos, you think this positive data can impact decision of the Fed rate cut? I think the Fed is trying to delay doing any type of cuts into some of these tariff stuff is out the way. I think they're going to delay into they can get some of these deals out of the way. I think that's their plan, man. I don't think they're going to move in any direction just because of this data. And you know how it's so slow to move on things, right? He wants to see confirmation, greater confidence, all the words he uses, right? So he's gonna delay this as much as he can, and in hopes that a lot of all this tariff stuff gets out the way by then. So that's my thinking. He's a wait and see type of guy. So, and if one
Yeah.
data shows a different direction, he won't make a decision based on that data. They'll wait till like two more rounds of data show the same thing to kind of showcase their trend, or is this just a one-off? So
Yeah, I
that's my
read.
thing. Gillian, yeah, go ahead, Lily. Oh, go ahead, Lenny. I thought you had something.
Oh yeah. So I read like like the 2-year Treasury yield is now like at more or less 3.6, 3.7%, while like the
Right.
target rate from the Fed is like 4.25, 4.50. So like the
Yeah.
2-year Treasury yield is really lower than the Fed target rate. So that could indicate that the bond market expects a rate cut, or that the Fed should cut their rates, because like the market
Yep.
already asking lower yields lower yields than the Fed does. Well,
Yep.
Apple, look at the 2-minute chart. Now we see like a micro head and shoulders as well. On the 2-minute chart, lower volume in the green candle. Just things get so slow later on the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Things are kind of getting sideways a little bit here. We're still in hood. Just gonna see if we can survive this sideways action and head higher. So we'll see what happens. Uh, Gillian, aren't the flights already known? Yes, they are. I think what happened is just a random number. Let's say they had 100 flights scheduled every day out of United. Well, they were supposed to only have 70. So they've been pushing the limit with an extra 30. So what they're doing now is that schedule's been set for a long time. Those flights have been bought. They're canceling as they go now. So going forward, it should only be 70 flights a day, right? So hopefully that'll get fixed, but it's messy. All right, who's pulling back on me a little bit here? We don't want this thing going down below 46.80, really. So we're taking two partials already. I still have a decent amount left, 405 units. So we still got a good number of units left here. So I would like to take more partials if we can. Let's see how this goes. And let's short United Airlines. Yes, we should short United Airlines. How are they doing, by the way? Let's take a quick look. UAL. They're doing good. They're doing good. Let's take a look at their daily. They're breaking out. They're breaking out.
Meanwhile, I took a
That's
short
good.
on Apple. Let's see
Very
if
nice.
we make another move. Usually I'd like to trade only the first 30 minutes, but I thought this looks pretty okay. So I took it. Stop.
So is not Jillian, like Gillette, Giant. Yes, yes, yes. Jillian, yes, yes. See here. Yes, American Airlines is doing good. Good. Let's see if Hood can. Oops.
Wood
All
just
right,
now
come on,
now in
baby.
a
Let's
range.
go, Hood. Yeah, it's stuck in the range, and it's turning more downwards, to be honest, right now. Um, we got to make a new high here eventually and get above this.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
Ben, got to take partial. I'm glad you took a partial. Ben, you're in Hood with me, right? So we're both in Hood. Let's hold on here, see if we can get a pop back up to the highs of the day here. That's what I'm looking for. We'll take more partial on the way up. Yeah, right. Scott, I agree. It does have that kind of rolling over because if you notice, every time we go up, we don't break the previous bump high. Same thing here. We're not breaking the previous bump high, so that's concerning. You can see Lenny has it up on the screen there. So we really got to get above a new high here. We really got to get above a new high. If we continue to struggle, we'll take another partial. So yeah, we need to kind of break out of this lower high situation.
Yes.
AMD is really the outcast today doing its own thing. And then how about Nvidia too, right? Nvidia was actually, oh no, Nvidia came back.
Yeah.
AMD stuck sideways as well. Um, Nvidia selling down. Tesla, wow, Tesla was a great short, guys. Wow, that is beautiful. Came
Pe-
back, test the VWAP and right back down. So that's
pe-
nice.
People who are short in Tesla, they did well today.
Yeah, yeah, did very well.
So yeah, why did I go? Somebody else like, why did I go short in Apple? Yeah, because it has been very weak today. Uh, yeah, the issue we only had like already 3 moves down. That's a little bit not the best, but yeah, I
Hmm.
think it's well. We see like on the 5-minute chart, you can see the sell-off, big volume. Then we see like the low volatility pullback. We see rejections from the top, There's a lot of room left on the ATR, but also on the daily chart. We gap down. We showed we're weaker than all the other stocks in the rest of the market. We had a
Hmm.
catalyst, right? Second day after the earnings. So I think all in all was a good setup, right? On a 5 minute chart, you find this micro head and shoulders. On the 2 minute chart, on the 1 minute chart, we see various engulfing candles in the pullback as well.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
but the only issue was a little bit later on the day. I think that if you really want to scalp, the best volatility is in the first 30 minutes. But that's also where I usually trade. But I think still, all in all, the balance was clearly to the balance is clearly to the sellers. The only issue is, yeah, if there's just suddenly a buyer comes in, it could turn around. But
Yeah.
interesting setup. The only thing what I don't like, well, on the 1 minute chart, you really see like it made three moves down already. Right, you see the first move, pull back, second move, pull back, third move. So that could exhaust the sellers a little bit. But let's see.
Yeah.
We have a technical stop loss here, so that's all fine.
All right, Hood, let's make it happen. Hood is trying to get above this bump here. Here it is. Come on. You can do it. Um, so here's I still have too many shares left. If we start showing weakness, I'm gonna take a couple of partials because I'll start playing defense, right? I want my day to end nice. I don't want to go back down to that 46.90 again. Oh, hey, Hood had other plans for us. Very nice.
Moving out, breaking
Guys,
out, very nice.
yeah, yeah. Hood is doing his thing here. So let's go ahead and take a partial here on Hood. What's going on? There we go. Partial on Hood. My keys are acting a little funny. I gotta check why that is. Like my hotkeys, like when I press it the first time, like it hesitates when I'm on my laptop here. So I gotta see what that's about. But there it is, partial there, guys. If we continue, great, but let's take advantage of this move up.
Oh, nice. Trend is definitely in. I also like the SPY and Q is moving to the high of the day. So that's good for the longs, right? The the buyers, the buying brigade, the
Hmm.
strength in the market, showing some of it again, right? Going to the high of the intraday. That could also give
Yep.
support to Wood.
I question, do I think the market is going to tank if the rate remains unchanged on Wednesday's decision? I don't think so, man. I think this market has proven to be extremely resilient. I don't think you're going to get uh you know a tank. Will we get a sell-off? Maybe, but I don't think that we are going to see anything drastic, man. Also, what's the expected, right? What they're expecting, that's my thing, Fox. I haven't looked into it yet, but what are they expecting a change? If what they're expecting happens, then you really don't have a huge you know, a huge, what do you call it, a huge reaction. You're gonna have a huge reaction when they do something that was not expected. That's when the market's gonna react, whether good or bad, that's when they're gonna react, right? So um if they're not expecting a change and they don't do a change, market will be fine. Now, if they're not expecting a change and they do some kind of change, then the market you're gonna be you're gonna see a very big reaction. All right, so
I think that's indeed it. It's about like what is the expectation and then what is actually really
yes.
happening.
Right, right.
And I
All right,
don't
friends,
think
we got a good move on Hood. I'm gonna take another partial. I got 365 units left here. Take some more off. I don't want these coming back. So we're just taking again 10%, 10%, 10%. Just kind of depleting this number of shares here so we can make sure we max our gain here as much as possible. I am in I'm just southeast of West Palm Beach here. Let me see. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, come on, let's do something. So my brother has a house down here.
So
The town is called Lake Worth. Lake Worth. So this is south of West Palm Beach.
one of the beautiful places I still need to finish, still need to visit, Florida,
Yeah,
Miami. Never been there, but like it's always great to be in the United States. It's,
yeah, man. Definitely swing by. We should. I should go see Thor since I'm my flight's delayed. I should go see Thor and Nathan. Hang out with those guys. Maybe try to get them to come out golfing with me. I
that's
should do
cool.
that. But they're so far out. I mean, they're 4 hours. They're 4 hours away, so not doable.
And where I'm from, the
No,
Netherlands, like 4 hours is a lot. 4 hours you're in another country, but like in the United States, just 4 hours
mhm,
you're just in the same state still.
yeah. No,
Distance
I did
away.
not hit the F1 in Miami. I didn't know it was happening until I got here and I heard about it, but it was too late already. So I had no idea that was going down. I would have definitely made plans for that. But yeah, yeah. All right, guys. We're getting a little bit of a downtime. I'm so glad I took that partial up there. Units, yeah, we have not that much now. We have like 365, I think. Excuse me. When you take 10% partials, it kind of messes up the even numbers, right? So,
I think really Apple still looks okay right now. You see like another weakness. See like the last three two
yep,
minute candles look weak, closing at the low. Increasing volume also comes because the market showed a little bit of weakness, but the relative
yeah.
weakness compared with the market was there. I think it
hmm
was
hmm
only minor thing about this entry was that on a 2 minute chart we already had three moves down, but perhaps I could consider like a trade on a 5 minute chart.
Yeah, yep.
So I'm pretty okay with this setup. Even if it fails, it's all fine. It's a good setup, Apple. I like it. So let's see. Come on, breakdown.
Yeah, let's see. Good job, man. So I think you're gonna get the breakdown here. Let's see if it happens for you. Um, PLTR just requires patience, guys. So let's just wait. It's just kind of trending sideways, goes up, makes a new high, comes back down here. Um, yes, Tony. So what I do is I take between 10% and 20% partial. So my hotkey is long, short, and then my partial is 10% or 20%. So it depends. If I get a big move and I feel like you might get an aggressive pullback, I might take 20%. But for the most part, I take 10% off off the number of shares that are open. Just kind of it puts you at ease, right? Like if you take 10% off, it already makes it a winning trade, not by a lot, but you move your stop to break even, it kind of puts you in the driver's seat. Some cases it works out where it keeps going just like hopefully Hood will, and then you have still a lot of shares left to take with you and take more partials at a higher price. Like Lenny did. Lenny took out on AMD, he took out 60% of his original shares and he still has some left, opposed to taking like a chunk, like 50% off, 20% off. Then if you do get the continuation, you're not going to be taking a lot of shares with you. So the give or take, um, this is where you can be very flexible and do what kind of works for you, right?
Yes.
Is it possible to share my DAS configuration file? Yes, it is. And I owe an email to someone too. They sent me an email last week. I have not been able to respond because of the traveling, but I will send you my configuration, DAS configuration. I'm gonna set up a link because I get that question a lot. So I'll set up a link, or just give out the link and people can download it right away. So I'll do that um when I get back. Okay, when I get back, I'll do that. I'll send that to you. It won't take me long. So email me, Mohammed, send me an email and just put DAS configuration on the subject, and I know exactly what you need. Carlos at bearwoodtraders.com, by the way, that's the email. People want our thoughts on Tesla, Lenny. I see you have it up. Tell us
Yeah,
what you think on Tesla.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't want to say beautiful, but it's like a nice sell-off in the last 7 8 minutes. So Tesla had bad news coming in from Europe this morning, where like it was really down sales in Spain at least first quarter. I'm not sure if the market anticipated already, right? Because I think the market already seen that hey, the electrical car vehicle sales is not going the best. But then yeah, the price action wise, it's not really my style of trading. See a lot of overlap, very rangy price action. But yeah, it's definitely selling off. Right. It's definitely selling off. That's very nice. By the way, Apple
Yeah.
also now going down the drain, hopefully a little bit more. So yeah, by the way, guys, if you can follow me on Twitter, trading W Lenny. I show or X or Twitter, I show like daily updates. And if you got any question about price action reading, you can just send me a mail, lenny@pcapitaltrading.com. And let's get it would be great to make Apple another winner. Today,
Yep. Yep.
everything's aligning pretty beautiful. Printing. New lows.
Um,
So Bill Ackman says next step in the tariff war should be a 180-day pause. So let's see if that's gonna happen. Then I think yes, there will be some more bullish news. But first, let's see. I don't think it will happen in the next upcoming days. I mean, the markets are really calmed down, so there's no real reason to really take such a step for Trump and administration because there's no need, right, to take up some pressure from a negotiation if the market's already calmed down relative wise.
yep.
But like perhaps soon, upcoming weeks, it's very interesting. I think it's also like if you like human being. I studied psychology. I graduated psychology with the University of Amsterdam with honors. And I think human behavior is very interesting. Market behavior is also like human behavior, right? Also like everything that you see like now in a negotiation, in a
Oh
tariff,
yeah.
it's a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of behavior, right? You can really see like different personalities as well. It's really fascinating. Even I think even if the long-term portfolios are down a little bit since the start of the war, I think it has been like the wealth of information and the wealth of insights in group psychology, human psychology is really fascinating. Also, like in the spy, like how everybody capitulated. Everybody capitulated on this day. I'm gonna show my screen. Uh, it was this day. I remember very well, like April 21st. Like we had like that week, the Saturday before, there was the back down. Okay, we're not gonna have tariffs on imports smartphones, computers from China. That was already a step down because the yields went up too much. But everybody
Mhm.
kept on selling off that Monday. Everybody capitulated. It was really over. You felt everywhere on Twitter, like all the big names. And then that day, Besant said, "Okay, uh, this needs to end." Like he literally said it. And then later the day, Trump said, "Okay, we're not gonna play hardball in China." And that's when everything turned around, right? And that was the bottom. And then we seen like the nine. I mean, like even for the last 20 years, I'm not even sure, but like what I read, like the strength in the last 9 consecutive days has been like
Mhm.
historical, like stronger than the last 20 days. And that happened after this capitulation and then after the turnaround. And yeah, then you see also now the positivity coming back again, right? And then now, yeah, it's really interesting how everything comes together in the
Great.
markets. Everything comes together.
All right, Hood. Is Hood gonna give us another breakout here? Um, let's see if Hood's gonna happen. How does AMD look for you? Apple's looking good, man. Hopefully, it could continue for you there. You're in the green. AMD is just sideways still, and Hood is trying to hopefully give us another pop, guys. High of the day would be awesome on Hood if we can get it. Be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and somebody says like psychology is different from culture to culture, and that's very true, right? And therefore, like you also see sometimes therefore like you cannot measure the same variables in different cultures. For example, sometimes you get like these research and they say like, yeah, happiness in this country, happiness in that country, but it's completely ridiculous because happiness in one country means something completely different than happiness in another culture. You know, for example, like the Eastern cultures, they're more happiness based on relationship with family, while in the Western we see happiness more as, yeah, like independence and financial freedom and other things. So it's very true. You need to like the difference between cultures are really huge. And I think that's also what you
Yeah.
see indeed in this trade war, right? You see like China says, no, we're not gonna, of course, China makes their adjustments, in my opinion, to the trade war, but they're not backing down because they're more like they choose their own plan. They choose their own plan. Okay, of course they made adjustments. For example, before the tariff war started, they already nationalized a few rare earth metal companies because they knew, okay, something gonna happen. So they make some adjustments, but still they make their own plan, right? It's less reactionary based, and that's definitely like one of the culture things, right? And also like other cultures, you can also see it's not really culture, but for example, Trump style is really more like creating chaos and uncertainty and then start the negotiation. And that's also what we definitely see in this terror war. But I think it's also very interesting, right? Like what he did very aggressive. It's not political, but I think like the remarks against Canada were pretty. The rhetoric was pretty aggressive, right? And that I think one very important for people is like autonomy, a feeling of autonomy, right? In the discussion about okay, Canada 51st state, it really hurts like the feeling of autonomy for somebody, right? So therefore you saw like okay, you see like now the political switch in Canada, things turn around, the sympathy is gone because if you mess with somebody's feeling of autonomy, things could mess up, right? So you see really psychology wise, it's been really interesting everything that has happened in the trade war, group psychology, individual psychology. It was really a beautiful case study. And we're still not there yet. So I'm maybe going to take a small partial in Apple, maybe a bit of an over partial. But just let's do it.
Apple going lower. Nice. Hood stock volume is really drying out on Hood. I mean, we're still in a good position here, hopefully to make a new high, but it's just gonna take a while. So we just gotta be patient with this thing and see where it goes. Yeah, man, I agree with you. Psychology and happiness is a very weird thing. Um,
People
and it
don't
also
also we don't
changes.
get it, we also don't really
No,
get it.
I don't think we'll ever get it, man, 100%. And also on top of that, it changes. Like what made me happy 20 years ago is now what makes me happy now. You know, so even
Exactly.
by person, by age, it changes, man. My priorities have completely changed from what they used to be. So
Yeah.
it's
And
a
that
it's a
and that's
complicated thing. Yeah.
That's also one of the challenges from psychology because actually the subject of psychology are humans, but humans are changing constantly, right?
Yeah.
For
Oh yeah.
example, like there's even like psychological disorders that are completely misunderstood in the world just because Hollywood like made a few movies about the disorder which was completely wrong. For example, like schizophrenia, etc. And they were like the humans, like we collectively think certain things about disorders, and that also changes things again, right? So it's really the difficult thing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
psychology is like the subject, humans, is like are all the time changing, and that's very fascinating.
Agreed. All right. Hood is gonna watch us. It's like watching paint dry on Hood. It's really gonna take its time. It's gonna make us be very patient. And I don't see anything else that's setting up here. It's a great time for reversals. I'm not a great reversal trader, but it's a great time to find some of those setups. Um, we'll see if anything pops up here. RGTI continues to make a new low, man. This thing just struggled today. So RGTI is still dropping here. Made a new low a couple of minutes ago. Tesla continues to drop. 274.41 is the low there, 274.40. Nvidia showing some weakness, AMD holding, and Uber do some things. All right. Um, let's see if Hood can give us another partial over here. Would be nice. I see you took a couple of partials on Apple, Lenny.
Yeah, I took some partials.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think I'm letting the rest run also, and I'm not so far, but I think I definitely could be some further sell-off in
Yep.
Apple. It's a really beautiful continuation setup. But I'm letting the
Nice.
rest, getting the rest out at break even and letting it run a little bit further. Right.
Very good. Very good.
So, what am I- so let's put like here. So I'm definitely not gonna lose money anymore on Apple. I think I just, if it's really like such a momentum change that we're going back all the way here, I'm just getting out. Otherwise, it just a nice trade. It's SPY also not breaking out again. Or least breaking out, not breaking out. It's like going back to the high of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm still. Somebody asked if I'm still in AMD. Yes, I'm still in AMD.
Yep.
I think so at
Yep.
least. Yes, it didn't come back
Same
to my
here.
break even yet.
All right, Hood. Let's pay attention here. We're gonna get. Looks like we might get another partial on Hood here. So let's see. Just pushing, pushing. Let's get ready for a partial as we make new highs. So if we got a breakout, we want to see high of the day if we can on this thing. I mean, we're looking good here if we can get going. But it was too wild of a horse, so I bailed. Okay, how does Baba look? Yeah, pulled back too much. Okay, Hood. I think Charlie's trying to get in.
Oh wow, that's a break. Nice breakout and hood. Very nice on the 1 minute chart. Looks pretty good as well.
Mhm.
SPY also breaking out now. Beautiful. Wonder if there's any news came out. Let me check.
I'm Charlie. Charlie's here. Good
Oh,
buddy.
okay. India offers 0 for 0 tariffs on auto parts and steel from United States. Mexico, Sheinbaum says good communication with Trump. We've reached goals. So it's also some more bullish news, but it already came 10 minutes ago. I'm not sure if that's 10 minutes ago. Yeah. 5 minutes ago, the strength started. So that's some progress. The tariff war. So I'm still like in a short and in a long position, right? It's always a bit gives a bit of a
Yep.
strange feeling, right? You don't know like if you want everything to tank or everything to go up. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different
Agreed.
positions.
Agreed. All right, let's take some questions here. Hello, Lenny. Where are you going for real-time news? And a lot of questions. Where do we get our real-time news? Where do we check the news? Lenny, where are you checking your news?
I just check on Twitter. I think Twitter is a good if you know the right
Mhm.
sources. There's some channels to to follow
Yep.
and they give quick updates.
Yep. We have a ton, right? We have been Singer in the chat room. So part of your membership when you join, you get access to Ben Singer headlines. I have Bloomberg app. The Bloomberg app is really good. So they give you like a trial for I think it's like $3 for 3 months. Definitely do it. I love the headlines on that thing. They're really, really good. They got a couple of really good stories too that are just for members, so you can check that out. But their app is pretty good as far as the headline goes. So that's usually where I go to. Um, Trading Terminal is working on news. They don't have it right now because they're redeveloping it. Once they do that, that'll be my go-to as well. But been seeing it anywhere. Twitter's a good one. Twitter's a fast one. X, right? If you follow the right sources, X is a great one that provides quick updates on what's that comes out with the market. So just got to follow a couple of key people that are very timely and have proven to be very accurate, right? Because obviously a lot of fake news out there you want to be careful with. Um, yeah.
The SPY now moving up further. Perhaps it could still be from that tariff news, right? From India, from Mexico. Perhaps it gives some positivity to the market because we really see something of a. If you look at the SPY last 6-7 minutes, you really see something, yeah, like a breakout pullback,
Mm,
moving up further. But like we also
yeah.
already had like the strong ISM data. So well, if today we see a candle on the SPY that's closing above yesterday's candle, then we get another confirmation of strength in the SPY in the markets.
Yep.
But let's
Yep.
see.
All right, here we go, friends. Looking for a push, struggling on hood to get above that 47.50 towards that 47.68. Um, might take a partial here, but I think we'll get the breakout. I really think we'll get the breakout. This thing when the market was selling off, we didn't really sell down on hood. So
Mhm.
it leads me to believe that it wants to be strong and continue going higher, at least to the high of the day. So I want to be
Yes.
a little bit more patient. What does the daily look like on this thing, by the way? It's been pretty stuck between these ranges. So also today, there's really a bounce back day to try to get into this range that has been stuck in. So yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I get a question. What source on X? For example, like there's one Walter Bloomberg. You should go for the verified one because of course a lot of fake accounts faking him. But like a
Hmm.
Walter Bloomberg, he like often quotes directly from the Bloomberg terminal, which is a very expensive news reporting company. I mean, if you get the direct source, and he's copying like news from the Bloomberg. And actually, interesting thing about it, like he caused like a huge. He could have become a multi-millionaire because a few weeks ago during the tariff war, that was the channel actually that announced tariff war pass, and then everything moved up like 1-2% in a couple of minutes, and then it was only he who posted it because so much people of the market watching it, everybody jumped in it. And a couple of minutes ago later, he said, "Oh, fake news. It was not true." And then also like from the White House, they confirmed it was not true, and then everything tanked again. So imagine
And
like
where
some
did he get that news from, though? Did he say fake news, but where did he get that news from?
no, maybe he just invented. You never know. Maybe like he just used to become like a multimillionaire. You know,
Slimy,
maybe I don't know. You know, maybe it was just
slimy,
like
slimy.
no, but imagine like that's the world we live in, right? Like just some X account
That's
or Twitter
right.
account can move the whole market billions of evaluation up and down.
Yeah, yep. We need a slime emoji. We got slime emoji. I'm looking on YouTube. There's no slime emoji. Oh yeah, that is not good. All right, Hood. Let's get the pop. High of the day, 47.68. You will make us very happy. Look at the level two. We're seeing some orders at 47.57. Just disappear. Let's see if they come back. 47.68. 58 now, 145. Tons of orders up there. Oh, there's the pop. Yeah, we're getting a lot of asks. 47.68 again. 10 cents above us. Got tons of orders there on the level two. Looking for the move higher. It wants high of day here on this one. So
I
let's see
see
if
it.
we can get it. Level two is looking great to the upside. And here it is. We're about to get it. High of day coming up, 47.68. And hands on the hotkey buttons. Sometimes you might get a little breakthrough too, like you'll get a push through and then a nice break above. Let's see if we can time that.
Interesting. Apple keeps on selling out, so market coming up, but Apple remains
Hmm.
depressed, right? You see like another engulfing candle like
Hmm.
on the 1 minute chart on Apple. So you see the relative market weakness remains in Apple. If it's really gonna be enough to push it down, let's see. But yeah,
Yep.
the hood is looking strong, market is looking strong. Yeah, high of
Uh,
today. Hood at the high of today now.
yes, one to right here, spot two. There we go. Okay, partial here,
Hood at the
guys.
hot. Nice, nice,
Yep,
nice.
get a partial here. Let's see if we can get another squeeze up higher for above 47.82.
Yes.
See if we could do that. We're really far from the previous day close, so we won't get that anytime soon, but we might get a little bit of continuation here. Let's see if we can get that going. Awesome guys. Hopefully some of you guys are still in. I know it made us wait a lot for this move. Since we got in it, we've been in it for almost an hour now. So it's been pushing us to be patient. Let's see here. PLTR breaking above the VWAP. PLTR, let's take a look. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Now let's see. Did it make our move though? Okay, here's the breakout candle. Um, I'll consider this the breakout candle. We need to get the pullback to the VWAP confirmation candle on the way up. I don't see that yet. So, and it might not happen. It might just leave you and not actually even give you that, and that's okay. But I wouldn't trade it unless I had that setup, right? It's just the setup I'd like to see. Uh, we got that here in Hood, right? Hood, beautiful breakout. And see, PLTR is doing the same thing it did here. PLTR is doing this right now, and I didn't like this as the breakout candle, so we use this one here. And again, I know it's hard to see. That's candle 49, 48. We waited, we were patient, waited for the pullback, and then it gives a nice pullback with a better confirmation entry. So better entry, better confirmation that we want to be strong, and it turned out really, really nice. And again, we do that. That setup, you guys see me do it all the time. It's kind of what we look for. PLTR is trying to do that, but it just broke through. It just keeps going. So let's see if it gives you the pullback here. It might not. Me personally, if it does, I wouldn't chase it. But again, you got to trade your strategy, right? Have you ever use your VWAP strategy with respects to a different indicator like the MAs? No, I really don't. I will use the moving averages now, right? So the moving averages, I will use them now. Like if I look at it here, we're finding that we broke out. We're trending on the 9. I wouldn't want to see this break down below the 20. I'll use it as a stop now. So it can break the 9, no problem. I hope it holds the 9 and continues higher. But if it breaks the 9, and it breaks the 20, then the 20 will be my stop here. So usually if it breaks the 20, it's an indication that the price action might be turning over, rolling over. Mhm. So we'll see. Really can't use it here because in this area here between 12:20 and 10:40, it's going sideways. There's not a whole lot you can actually do here as it's going sideways, right? But now that it's breaking out, we're getting extended. Now the moving average has become a little bit more important for me as far as where my stop is going to be. So under 1 minute. All right, let's see. PLTR breaking out. You're welcome, man. Well, that's what we're here for. Me and Lenny are here to help you guys out, learn from each other, because we learn from you guys as well. When you guys throw out tickers, we look at them. When you ask questions and we have to think about an answer, we learn too, right? So we're just kind of doing it together and hopefully taking good trades together here.
That's the
Um,
thing, like really, like AMD, I traded it, but somebody in the chat room actually mentioned it, right? In the late pre, or you
mhm.
mentioned it, Carlos, and then I know, hey, AMD is actually the only green one in the from the big tech names. So actually, like the reason why
Yep.
I had my eye on AMD was because of you guys, because of you, Carlos. So that's really like the power of the community. And actually, also last Friday,
Oh yeah.
HIMS, it got called out a few minutes before the market opened, and
Hmm.
that's the power.
Yep. Yep. Agree. All right. Here we go. Andrew Long, PLTR off the VWAP breakout. So Andrew's seeing the same thing you guys are. He's nice breakout there. So he's long PLTR. If we can get the continuation, that would be nice. All right. Let's get ready for another partial here, guys. How many shares I have left? Let's take a look.
Who's doing it, huh? It's not only went to
Yeah, we're
live
we're
today, it's really keep on moving, keep on
we're, we're
firing up.
really
It's a nice setup.
Yeah, man, turned out pretty nice. We have 297 shares left, so not a whole lot, but enough that we should still manage it here. Okay, so let's get ready to take another 10% here. Yeah, let's do 10% here. 47. That's not a great fill, but that's okay. 47.82 is a level we got from at the pre-market high, maybe. It would be the pre-market high. So pre-market, yeah, pre-market high. So right there, we're just right at pre-market high. We passed all-time highs. I'm sorry, high of the day. We're battling with the pre-market high. And then the next big level I see is the previous day close at 48.60. So if we can get that, that'll be amazing. We're down 1.7 right now, so that'll be a stretch to try to get up there. But Hood, man, amazing move after a beautiful 5-minute opening range breakdown, by the way. This is a beautiful 5-minute opening range breakdown. You got almost a dollar plus on that thing. Beautiful recovery. These V reversals I find very difficult to trade. But once you start getting into the VWAP and setting up with our move, we can always trade those. RD, our Reddit treated us very good last week, Lenny, if you remember. This was very nice.
Reddit,
So he
yes.
treated us well. Yeah, last week. Right now, I don't see a setup for me. It's been choppy all morning on the 5-minute at least, looking to break out now at the moment. Um, VWAP setup on the 1 minute. Such light volume. The volume comes in after. Like after you can see the volume just picking up pretty nice. Before that, it was no volume whatsoever. So, but I agree. It looked good to the VWAP here. But knowing myself, I probably would have not taken this setup just because of lack of volume, I think. So I don't know, hard to tell. Um, hard to tell. And then usually when it's hard to tell, it's usually a no. Because I could tell really easily when I would take a trade. Like it's so crystal clear. Like, yeah, I would have been in this trade if I was watching it. Um, but yeah. All right, another partial on the hood here, just below 47.82. Let's see how things develop. Friends, if you're brand new to the channel, consider subscribing. We do this every morning, which is kind of we start off by helping uh each other to prepare for the market open. In the pre-market, we kind of get our watches together at the market open. Me and Lenny gonna be going live every day for you guys here. And then we'll go all the way until about now 11, and then Paris comes on, and then he goes shows you the trade that he's done already, and he will show you some of the stuff that he might be trading right now. He also takes trades during this time as well, so definitely stick around for that. Paris is an awesome trader.
Yeah, this week I'm standing in for Peter. Peter is in France, traveling, doing the marathon. So this week until Friday, I'll be standing in for him. And
Hmm.
then
Hey,
next
when
week,
is he back?
Peter
Is
will
he
do.
back on? He's
I
back
think
next week.
I think May 9 he coming back. So I think I
Oh, okay,
expect
good.
to be also that I'll be here like next Friday, upcoming Friday. But let's see, perhaps
Yeah,
Peter's
yeah.
already back then.
Okay, cool. Can't wait to hear all about his travels. Um,
Yeah, so it turned out
May
to
is
be a
such
pretty
a
interesting day.
yeah. It really did. It really, really did. Um, Turned actually out pretty good. It took a bit for me to take my first trade. I mean, nothing was setting up, but man, I'm glad we waited. We got a really nice one on hood. Apple pulling back a little bit of PLTR, actually breaking out here, so hopefully it continues. I know Andrew's long on that. DSM, nothing. RGTI. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty good setups today.
Yeah,
So
definitely,
not bad to start a Monday.
definitely. Could you perhaps share my screen, Carlos? Then I'm
Yeah,
gonna run
yeah.
quickly to my watch list. Why I traded and why I did not trade before I hop off in a couple of minutes. So first we had Tesla on the watch list. I think yeah, never would give me really like an entry, right? You see like this sell off each time. It's like, yeah, it's slowing down a little bit, so it could still move, right? But I didn't see any clean short in it. Nvidia was interesting because it had actually strength after the market opened, but the difference with AMD was AMD looked stronger than AMD looked stronger than Nvidia, right? Both in the same sector, but AMD was the strongest one from the two. So then I like to go with the strongest, and I think it was a very nice. It was my first trade of the day. AMD really beautiful price action speeding up, then a double bottom trend line. So basically the price contraction inside candle, low volume. I saw also the price action really holding above the 100. So like the price action came down to 100, 100 and got bought up. So it felt really like there was like some algorithms like programmed to buy at 100. And then considering all the other strength, I entered, got some very nice move because I had the stop loss below the double bottom or below the previous candle. Still have 35% of my position left, letting it run all day. Then we had Apple actually potentially gave already earlier some setups. It was like a second day play after earnings. It showed already weakness in the pre-market. Also Friday was weaker than the rest. Market opened. We saw an initial sell-off. I thought it was a little bit too much overlap, even though the sell-off was clearly there. The trend was clearly there. Then we saw an inside candle, low volume, and an engulfing candle breaking down, confirming below yesterday's low, below the pre-market low, high volume. And actually, this one wasn't high volume yet, so I thought this could be an entry, but I thought, okay, the initial seller wasn't that perfect. Then we see two beautiful legs down, and this was my second trade of the day. I saw a few engulfing price actions, so there was like a consolidation, not a steep pullback, just a consolidation after immense weakness. Also with the catalyst, right? The second day play, we saw a few engulfings, so I took it short, and then I took some partials here. And now I'm same with AMD, or I'm getting out at break even, and otherwise I let it run, right? You see, it remains relative weak while the SPY and Qs are breaking out. So it remains relative weak. So I could go either side, or I get out at break even, or it makes a nice move. So that was my second trade of the day, also a winner trade. Amazon I had on my watch list, but yeah, it showed some initial strength, nothing really convincing. Then we showed the weakness, right? So now we see strength and weakness, and then we see chop. So no trade. HIMS we had on a watch list, could have been interesting. Showed actually sell off, but then yeah, I wouldn't like to short it because Friday had an incredible strong day. Oh, sorry, I should share my daily chart as well. So it had an incredible strong day on Friday. So I didn't really like to short it into it, even though the opening range looked quite weak. And then we showed chop. PLTR, I had it on my watch list, but yeah, for me, showed an engulfing, but then never really convinced. And Netflix is also on the watch list. Sorry, two more. Netflix showing actually strength, but not really a really an entry. I think a little bit too much overlap in the candles. TEVA was nice. Showed definitely weakness, right? Speeding up on the way down, range breakdown, increasing volume. On the daily chart, we see the extended gap up on the news today. So there could be like, of course, like some profit taking, but I think it wasn't that great to set up. We had TSM on the watch list. What happened? So also second day play, but never turned out to be great. And Hood on the watch list. I didn't trade it, but Carlos did a terrific job trading it. So this was it for my watch list. If you got any question, you can just send me a mail, lenny@pcapitaltrading.com. And yeah, Carlos, I think I'll be hopping
Yeah,
off.
awesome, man.
Or like, should I
Yeah,
stay?
absolutely, man.
No, I think
No,
Paris is coming, right?
I'm gonna use your same link to connect Paris. So yeah, man, we'll see you tomorrow. I should
Awesome.
be in Jersey tomorrow. We'll see how this flight situation goes.
Yes.
But yeah, guys. Yep, Paris is up next.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks, Lenny. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Yes, we talk soon. Bye, guys. It was a pleasure being with you. See you tomorrow again. Bye, all.
All right, friends. Okay, so waiting to see our good buddy Paris should be joining us any second now. We'll switch over to him. And yeah, so Hood at the moment, Hood for me is just, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I'm going down to it. We've got a couple of shares left. Let's see if it continues to break a new high. If you're in it as well, I think you're in a good situation here. Take some partials though, right? Because it does get to a point where it's struggling, but I think we just got to be really patient and just kind of wait to see where it goes here. So I'm gonna connect Paris. I see Paris. I got your video good, and I'm gonna have your camera as well. Very nice. So here's Paris. And then I'm just going to make sure everything lines up accordingly. Okay. Hey, Paris, how are you?
Good. How are you, Carlos?
Good, man. Can't complain. Can't complain.
How was
Things are
Florida,
good.
man? You went for only a few days?
Yeah, I just came just came for my birthday, man. I came Thursday into today, but my flights were like delayed like by 5 hours, so we'll see how that
That
goes.
is crazy. Happy
Yeah, so
birthday, though. Happy
thank you, man.
birthday.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, man. So definitely enjoyed myself. So looking forward to get back home and yeah, good stuff.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. I'll take it
all right,
over.
brother. I'll let you to it. Yep.
So I traded PLTR, guys. How is everyone on YouTube, guys? I see a lot of flight delays happening on so PLTR is has been giving that indication of strength. But every single time it comes above VWAP, the sellers take over again. So to be honest, I don't know what it's gonna do. I want to say that it's gonna be a long, but it is. I shorted at the open. Was a very good trade at the open. I shorted 124, scaled out to 122, and this was my final exit. Man, I people who joined the yesterday's weekly review session, I talked about the Apple thesis. It perfectly worked that way. And I did not take it. I was thinking of taking it. It just wasn't in the right area that I wanted to take, but it just never gave me another opportunity. So PLTR is actually trying to get up. I want to see what it does here. I think it has a chance to break to the PDC, and I'm thinking of going long on PLTR. But gives me a little bit of feel that it might not be a long. The buyer steps in, but the sellers always take over. The buyers, so I don't know if the buyers are gonna step in and continue. It's the continuation that is I'm trying to find. So yeah, thank you, Ben, Oscar, AJ, Nvidia. What is Nvidia doing? Nvidia, I think Nvidia and AMD were very, yeah, Nvidia is strong. 113 and 113.50 were the areas that I was interested in. And on the long side, I did not take one. So Nvidia is actually, I don't want to touch Nvidia. I think today, if anything is gonna be in play, is uh Microsoft is strong today. Microsoft, and the whole reason the SPY is going up is because of Microsoft. And I think maybe Meta is also strong today. Yeah, Meta is also strong today. Yeah, maybe that's the reason it's everything is going up. The biggest miss of today was Apple, man. I had it in my watch list. I was watching it and I did not take this trade. I was thinking of going short around this area, 203.30. I was like, okay, 204 rejected. I want to see 203 for the break of low of the day and then continue lower. So didn't take it. Tesla was a great short as well. And I was talking about it yesterday as well, that 290 and 274 are the areas that it's trading in the range. And 290, the sellers are gonna continue take over uh, and bounce from 274. This is the area that it's the ideal thing that I was looking for, to be honest, was like pull back to 288, 290, and then reject. Usually, when it's already gapped down, the SPY was gapped down, uh, that $5 down move is like doesn't give me a great risk reward. So yeah, I wasn't anticipating that it's gonna just sell off in this move. PLTR is actually looking still strong, to be honest, but it's been choppy, so I don't want to get into something. PLTR has been showcasing that, and today I traded PLTR, and I took one on AMD, but did not break even trades. So I traded AMD. This was a hotkey error. I did not want to trade it, the first one, but the second one I wanted to go long, and the move, the it was very jumpy, so I did not like it. I got out at break even, just a small profit right there. But yeah, not the one that I want to participate. Yeah, PLTR looks like it wants to pop, but it's just that it's I'm not getting that feel, to be honest. That feel is not there. And plus, I think I'm gonna trade the PLTR earnings today for sure. I think if it, yeah, I think PLTR is gonna be good with earnings today. Hussein, my name is Paris. I'm not Lenny. Uh, so PLTR is now looking to break this thing. The volume came in on PLTR. Yeah, no continuation volume, to be honest. I think this is no continuation volume. It's trying to hold. The volume came in. Yeah, PLTR, it's again that now it's gonna pop. Let's see, the new volume comes in. I think PLTR is gonna break out. They're holding up well for the upside, but if it doesn't, the sellers are trying to hold. It is trying to break out. Anything above the opening price is gonna be interesting. They are being absorbed. Okay, I'm short PLTR actually. I'm short PLTR. Oh, it absorbed again. It had dropped, but I'm short PLTR. Let's see if it bounces from here or will it sell again here. Yeah, it bounces from here. So the buyers are trying to actually make out and break out. That was a trap. Yeah, it's gonna squeeze now. I think it's gonna pop now. Let's see if it doesn't pop this time, then I think we should be in a good shape. Okay, I'm getting out, guys. I don't like it. Yeah, it's a long now. I think that was the initial thing that I was thinking about was a trap because there was a lot of selling pressure and they're gonna drop. But when it came back up and bounced really nice, I think that's where it was a confirmation that it's trying to buy back up. And I think it's gonna break out now. Because usually when they are trying to trap you, they give you a good momentum move on the downside. But when it is not, when usually it holds, then it's usually you have to think about getting out. So I didn't lose a lot, maybe a couple of cents here or there. But when it moves in your favor, that would see this, like this is exactly uh, what I was talking about. And now that was a good long. Usually, what I was looking for a trap to the downside, but now it's a good long. What is Apple doing? Yeah, Apple could be in the range. It's below 200. The move is done. I think it's just gonna be in this range, 200, 198. Not a great stock to. Yeah, very nice, Elizabeth. I think it was more like if you were looking for a meat of the move, I think it was a uh, long because it was stepping up and this thing. And I was talking about the same thing, but I was looking for a trap that it traps, goes down here, and then starts holding up back. So I was looking for 123.50 area and drops to below 123, traps a lot of people, and then starts stepping up again. That's what I was looking for. Uh, but I think on a big picture, it's a long. So Tesla, what is Tesla doing? Yeah, Tesla is again that no trade zone area, to be honest. It can go either ways, down and up. So so here, sold, pullback. I'll say sold, pullback, sold. This was a real move. So This was a bounce. Yeah, 274. I think this is the area. Maybe try to go back and test the 274 again, and then eventually step up, and 278 and 280 are the area where it can maybe try to bounce. So yeah, it is in that choppy zone. I wouldn't touch it. What is AMD doing? Yeah, AMD is in that chop as well. It's not moving around this area. There's 160, 101. So nothing really. I might even call it a day. The PLTR is the only thing that is interesting right now. Has good volume. I think it's stepping up. The buyers are stepping up. And I think it can go to the break the PDC. It also has an earnings coming up, so it's catching up on the earnings. I think they're gonna have some really good earnings, but I think the way the stock is in right now, either it is at the all-time high. So all-time high is close to 125.50. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it like gaps up the way it's been catching up. It's like, and then if it blows out, then it completely gaps up above 130, 131. And if it doesn't blow out on the earnings, then I think it's a sell. Uh, and the chances of it mm, catching a pullback is higher than this thing. And these are like, yeah, now it's trying to step up to PDC. I think Andrew is must be in there. Andrew should be, so Andrew got a very good entry. I think it was something around 123. And yeah, so SPY is actually going back up. So yeah, it's kind of I wouldn't say a slow day. There were quite a few opportunities at the open, but at this point of time, it's currently not looking that great to get into a position. Anything else? Hood? What is Hood doing? Yeah, PLTR breaking the 124. Yeah, Hood actually is doing really well. Yeah, making the highs. Man, PLTR was a good long from 123.40. Tesla doing nothing. Apple actually broke out of that 199 level. I think PLTR is gonna catch up to the. I think the volume is trying to get back in. Now the good volume is coming on PLTR. From here, I think it's a long, but I would be catching up. I'll be chasing if I enter here. I think it can go to 125 real quick. Yeah, PR. I'm thinking of longing PLTR, guys. I think PLTR has a chance to break the 125. So I'm looking forward to see if it gives me a pullback. Yeah, it bounced. Yeah, now it's gonna break out the PDC. I was looking for a deeper pullback. Yeah, the volume is coming in, guys. Okay, I'm taking a long. Let's see if I'll add more if it pulls back to 123.70 area. So 24. Yeah. Let's see. I'm a little chasing a little bit, but I'll give a little bit of more room to work out. Now it's gonna break 124. 124 is there. 124 has to lift. 124 is still not lifted yet. 124 is still there. I think it's gonna break 124. It's just a matter of time. I'm adding more, guys. I'm adding more. So at 124 lifted. Let's see. The new volume comes in above 124. 124 is still that seller, but the buyers are holding it pretty nicely, so I'm confident that it breaks out. It's just a matter of time that the buyer steps in at above 124. Yeah, the more time it stays here, the less probability it is. So let's come on, give it a try. Break the Yeah, now the sellers are taking over at 124. Let's see if the buyers step in again. Yeah, buyers are taking over again. Let's see. 124 is that inflection point. 124 is that area. It lifted. Let's see. The second it goes above 124, there is a seller who just slams it, which is not good. To be honest, like it should be when it lifts, the new buyer should step in and then squeeze the hell out of the short sellers. But the sellers are in control for now. But the reason it's consolidating on a that tightness is usually that the buyers are trying to absorb all the selling before they break out to the upside. And that's why the chances of it breaking out is gonna be high. Let's see. Lifts, lift, hold 124, hold 124. Yeah, now it's gonna pop. Let's see if it pops. Pop, yeah. Again, the seller took over. So it's kind of tricky because, if your entry is like close to here, you can hold this, but my entry is very close to 124. And I wanted to work very quickly in my favor. So 124 pop, very nice. Now it's gonna pop, very nice. Let's see. Hold the 124 again. It's holding the 124. Let's see if it goes to PDC this time. I want to see it hold 124 and go to PDC. Oh, 122.95. That is crazy, Raman. Very nice entry. Yeah, now it's like it's gonna trap a lot of people, drop, and then it did not have that momentum to go up. So to be honest, I don't know what to do with this now. If it doesn't pop from here, I'll be out. This is taking a lot of time than I would want it to take. I'm adding more, guys. I'm adding one more time before. If it gives me that move to the upside. Ah, come on. Give me that pop, PLTR. I'm adding more. And this is my tier 3 size. So this is yeah, it's not giving me that pop. It is still consolidating and the sellers just keep. But what I see is the buyers is still there. So that's one thing that is the buyers have not given up yet. So every single drop is being bought back up very nicely. And that's why I'm like, if it has a chance, it has a chance right now. Okay, I think it's gonna stop me out. Yeah. Last chance for it to prove. Okay, out. Yeah, out of that. That momentum wasn't there. Yeah, now it's coming back up. Yeah, now it's gonna. Yeah, it came back up with volume. I'm getting back in. I'm getting back in. The selling volume wasn't there. Yeah, again, the sellers took over. Yeah, this is gonna just trap me. This was a trap. Okay, out. Man, I gave back my profits for the day, and I'm red on the day. I had good profits at the open, and I gave all of that back, and now I'm red. I should just stop trading between 11 and 12, man. Yeah, that sucks. I was heavy size on the first one, the first trade. I was tier 3 size on that. That PDC never came in. That was interesting. Yeah, the market is choppy too. Like it tries to showcase the strength and then weakness at the same time. It's not a real thing, and that's why the stocks that you're trading is really important. You need to understand which has a good order flow. And PLTR had good order flow, to be honest. It's just that I didn't trade well. At the open, it was good trade, but I gave back now. Yeah, and now it's like now that's the position where you want to close your trading day and then you tend to revenge trade and your emotions are high. So it's better to just keep it a small red day and then come back next day. Because these are the times where you'll dig a deeper hole for yourself because you were up on the day, you were not planning on trading more, uh, and then you see something and then you get back into a position and then also heavy size and then give back. And it's it's like in hindsight you try to understand what mistake you did, but in hindsight you could have been like this 124 would have already broken and you would have thought, this is the good trade that I took. It's like you can do all the right things, but uh, sometimes market would tell you even the wrong things that you do would give you that sense of winning, even the wrong trades that you do. So the bears. No, it's a part of the trading game, guys. It's like the emotions uh, are will be a part of it. I think what I wouldn't blame myself for taking the trade, but I shouldn't have gone that because it I was chasing at that area. I shouldn't have gone tier 3 size. I would have gone tier 1, tier 2 max. Tier 3 was this wasn't a tier 3 trade. But now it's coming back up, and now I think now is the chance for it to go actually run. Okay, so let's see. Should I get back in? I'm getting back in. I'm getting back in, guys. I'm adding more. I'm adding more. Let's see if it has a chance to squeeze to the upside. No, no, no. The hold, hold, hold. Don't drop. I'm adding more. I'm back to tier 3 size again. No, 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 no. Hold, hold, hold. Come on, buyers. Squeeze the Oh no. Okay, SPY got sold off. That's why the SPY was bought back up and now it's selling off. Let's see if PLTR is able to hold. I actually added more on PLTR. Boom. Let's see. Let's see 124 breaks. Come on. Come on. 124. You gotta break this time. Squeeze the 124 PLTR. I would. Come on, squeeze. Squeeze 124. This time you're gonna do it. Don't uh embarrass me in the YouTube. Break the 124 like a boss, PLTR. You have that juice in it. Break that 124. Break that. Break. I'm gonna start scaling out after above 124. Come on. It again rejected 124. Guys, do something. Add your house. Push, PLTR. My average is 123.81. Ah, man. Again, it's sold off. Oh, I don't know what to do with this. I'll be stopped out below 123.60, but I don't know if I'm thinking of adding more. I'm already very heavy size on it. Okay, I think it's time to get out. Yeah. Out, guys. Another stop out. That was unfortunate. That looked like it was gonna pop. Yeah, I'm gonna call it, guys. That momentum wasn't there at all. That momentum. What is 1 p.m.? Is there anything at 1 p.m.? I got greedy as well. I was not greedy. I was waiting for 124 break. 124, maybe sold some, get 20 cents out of it, but oh yeah, no, to be honest. If it goes again to 124, I'll be like, this is where screw up your like head, right? This is uh, this is exactly what it does. If it goes and breaks 124, I'll be so mad. It's not even funny. Yeah, I can keep giving these chances, but I think that should have already broken, to be honest. That had the volume, had everything, and I already tried like 3 times. Man, I hate you, PLTR. This is now it's gonna break 124. Yeah, man, this is gonna break now. Yeah, inside, I'm gonna call it, guys. I think I might trade PLTR in for the earnings, but not getting right now. This is gonna break now. But yeah, I was up a couple grand and now I'm down 3 grand. So yeah, that piece of garbage popped right now. This is exactly what I was looking for, guys. She was definitely not nice, Ben. She was, see this? Holy crap. I knew it's gonna pop, man. Idiot PLTR. Shit. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts, man. That PDC. Ah, yeah, can't do much of it. Now it's no point of getting in, but I knew it was gonna come. The buyers were kept buying, 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 but you still have to manage your risk, and this could have easily gone down to 123 as well and then come back up. So you don't know what's